welcome in everybody for another edition of Black Bears Hockey here on the Black Bears YouTube page. Brooks Hill and my partner Alex Jones will join us in just a second. Here's super producer Peter on the ones and twos. As always, Josh and his video team downstairs in the control room making sure we have a wonderful production here tonight to display. Warm-ups has concluded, and let's kick it off with the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental always makes your smile their priority. As I welcome in my partner Alex Jones. Alex, last night, a game that had just a little bit of everything. Had some really great scoring, some excellent goaltending on both ends, a little rough stuff as well, but really you had the opportunity to fill out your bingo card last night if you were here at the game.
Yeah, Brooks, the stat sheet was filled in almost every single column you could ask for. It was an excellent game. The Black Bears ended up winning 4-2, really out-shooting and outworking the Danbury hat-tricks in every phase of the game. And just an excellent way to pick up 3 points. Unfortunately, you do leave that game, which we'll probably cover a little more in depth, losing one of your top goal scorers in Nikita Ivashkin to a 3-game suspension, which starts serving tonight, so it'll be through the holidays, and he'll be back for the stretch on the back end of Christmas, the week after Christmas. So unfortunately, you lose him, but you know what? It's going to be one of those things where at least you don't lose somebody to injury, because that pile up at the end at about the 6-minute mark was really nasty. Could have led to an injury, and unfortunately so. It was one of those that, you know, isn't anything you like to see in hockey, but has to happen from time to time. A little shocked at the discipline that Nikita's the leader in that, when you had guys sucker punching captains on the ground with an ungloved fist, but that's sort of, it is what it is, unfortunately, Brooks. But on top of that, Dakota Bond and Don Oliveri both looking fantastic out there. Dakota Bond with a multi-point night, Don Oliveri with a multi-point night. Moving up into the forward position, which is where he will slot in tonight with Austin Thompson and Tyson Kirkby. You know, his ability to distribute the puck and shoot is like a few other players in this league. Don is, you know, a veteran of multiple levels of hockey, and so is a guy that you really can see why he has been a hot commodity no matter where he's went.
That's the voice of Alex Jones. I am Brooks Hill, and we want to thank you in for listening to the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. We'll take a short time out. Be right back with the Tully's Coaches Corner with head coach Brant Sherwood right after this.
The Black Bears are back in town on December 22nd and 23rd for a pair of holiday matchups against the Watertown Wolves. Come enjoy the best time of the year with the Black Bears and grab your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back into the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental always makes your smile their priority. I owe everybody an apology. Last night we forgot to run the Tully's Coaches Corner segment with head coach Brant Sherwood, but I promise we are going to run tonight's right now. So a friendly reminder, the next Tully's Good Times with Coach show will be on January 9th, 2024. First show of the new year, so go ahead and make plans to attend. And we have something very special cooking up for the next Tully's Good Times with Coach show as well. But for now, let's go ahead and hear from the head coach himself, Brant Sherwood, inside the Tully's Coaches Corner. Now inside the Tully's Coaches Corner here with head coach Brant Sherwood. Coach Sherwood, you just got done addressing the team here before tonight's game against Watertown. What was the message to the guys?
It's going to be a physical game tonight. They're going to have to take a hit to make a play. They're a grueling team to play against, so if they want to play that way, we're going to have to, absorb some hits and look for puck support, but also draw some penalties as well. So hopefully they get the parade to the box and we can take advantage of the power play. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a hard-fought game.
You have a team that is, dealing with some less than ideal circumstances right here, but you have the opportunity for the next man up here tonight. Talk about some of the shuffling that you had to do with the lines coming into tonight's game.
I wanted to shuffle around a little bit more, but I kind of liked Kirkby's line and how they're playing, and just waiting for Tomer to get buzzing around. But we just moved Razor up to Jesse's line, and he had a good goal last night. Like you said, next guy up mentality, Bill Belichick, you got to be ready, and it's golden opportunity for guys like Ray, Samaro, Terse, Fletcher, Logar to get a little bit more minutes. So I'm looking for those guys to step up given the opportunity.
And for the first time on back-to-back nights this year, you're going to turn back to the same goaltender. McAnanamaw is going to make consecutive starts. What went into that decision, letting him go twice in a row?
Well, he had a great weekend in Carolina, and then just kind of in my head I come up with these little rules, and I said if he lets in less than 3, he's going again tomorrow night, and he did that. He earned it. He played very well, especially towards the end when we were getting peppered with the shots. So very happy with his performance, and I'm looking forward to see him in a back-to-back night.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time, and good luck tonight.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
All right, that's the voice of head coach Brant Short. More coming up right after this.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks. Fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back in for the final segment of the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. We're about to meet tonight's starters, brought to you by our good friends over at ANC Heating and Cooling. While the opening video continues to roll and the house lights stay dark, final preparations are getting made in tonight's pregame show. And Alex, just quickly, your thoughts on the matchup tonight. Watertown also coming over from a rough and physical game last night.
Yeah, Brooks, it was both teams faced off in a really physical game. Watertown got a little bit of a boat racing, 4 goals, or immediately 5 goals against Elmira, letting up a 6th later in the game, I believe, on an empty net. It's going to be a tough, hard-fought game. The Black Bears came out with a victory, whereas Watertown is coming in a little bit hungry. It'll be interesting to see if they come in tired from that game, because while it was a bit of a boat race to begin with, they really clawed their way in and fought back. And Watertown plays a very physical, intense style of hockey. Very interested to see how they come out in this first period, because I think that's going to be the tail that wags the dog.
All right, let's throw it down to Frank Perney and meet tonight's starters. So the top line of Tyson Kirkby, Austin Thompson, and Don Oliveri. Up top with the forward group and the Adrian Bulldogs on the D line in the form of Bond and Stone. Connor McAnanamaw makes his 2nd straight start. And for what it's worth, first goalie for the Black Bears this season to play on back-to-back nights.
And McManamah has been fantastic, Brooks, so far. Really posting a great season. 4-0-2, 2.55 goals against with a .916 save percentage. 4th best goals against average in the league, behind some really big names across the league. So you can understand why Coach Sherwood made him the first consecutive starter of the season.
All right, let's throw it back down to Frank for the presentation of the national anthem, followed by the BAE Systems opening faceoff. That was Liam Wagner performing his rendition of the national anthem on the electric guitar. More musically inclined than I am, Alex.
Yeah, 100%, Brooks. Nothing that I could possibly, years and years of work it would take me to get relatively close to that.
Also presenting the colors tonight, local Boy Scout Troop 110. Also joint with the local Cub Scout pack as well. The officials for tonight's game, exactly the same as last night. Referees Jared Matrano and Bill Lyons. The linesmen Cameron Campbell and Ian DeLong will join them as the third and final team on the ice.
Yeah, you have to expect there might be a little bit of holdover from that, Brooks. The officials last night called a very tight game, very ticky-tack. And the Black Bears, knowing how they are going to call the game, might be at a slight advantage to the Watertown Wolves, where they can expect, we're not going to take any chance that we could possibly get called for a penalty if they're calling things tick-tack.
All right, let's get to tonight's Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company goaltending matchup. It'll be Connor McAnanamall, 4-0-2 coming off the win last night with the .255 goals against average and a .916 save percentage on the right side of your screen. On the left, we'll see Josh Rosenzweig, 3-4-0 on the year, 430 goals against average and a save percentage just under 900 at .890. Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company, always elevating your expectations. So, first period brought to you by our friends over at Dragon Billiards Instruction. As Jared Matrano will drop the puck, Watertown with opening possession. And we are underway for the second time this year here in Binghamton. Watertown did defeat the Black Bears the last time these two teams met. It was the first regulation loss of the season and a 5-1 victory for the team in blue and white. Thompson steals a pass from the goalie, but his ice is cut in half on the way through. That's Ian Sergeyev trying to spin around and take control of the puck and get it over to Trevor Lord. Now, Trevor Lord was announced starting on defense, but he started at center taking the opening draw, so a man of many trades. Wouldn't be surprised to see him move up and down the lineup tonight for Coach Verbeek's club. Oliveri with a high rising wrist shot, doesn't connect with the goaltender right there, as Leeson corrals the rebound and deposits back up into the neutral zone. McAnanama has to come out of his net to sprawl and make that play, and he ups the pass over to Tyson Kirkby. Kirkby on the backhand, gets it to the forehand, out of the glove, rebound from Thompson, just poked wide. Smith on the backhand, stuff chance, let it roll through the blue paint, and Watertown does get this out of harm's way and thrown on target where McAnanama puts a mid on it and gives us an opportunity to catch our breath early in this one.
And Brooks, that's a really unfortunate timing. Don Oliveri thinks, he thinks he has time to get off for a change in offensive zone. If he continued his path in, that would have been his goal. He was literally headed right to where the puck ended up outside of that. As we see the Heinz Center replay, a great move by Kirkby and an even better save.
Rosenzweig with a good early save there for the Wolves. He also was just coming off suspension, I believe, today, so right back into the lineup, serving that one game. As that's wrapped around the wall, Jesse Anderson knocks it down, and Thomas Ray, who is slotting into Nikita Ivashkin's spot tonight, while Ivashkin serves the first of his 3-game suspension. As Games Atoff and Jesse Anderson battle for a loose puck in the Black Bears, and Binghamton with 2 players out on suspension right now. Gavin Yates in his final of 2-game suspension, and Ivashkin in his first of 3. So Ivashkin will not be available next weekend. Gavin Yates will probably slot back into his regular spot, and Oliveri will flex probably down to the line with Anderson and Smith. But we got a long way to go before we get to that. We only have 2 minutes gone here in this one. Up at the red line, Ray, a cross-corner dump in, and he and Anderson will bail on a line change, and the third line gets their first touch of the ice here tonight. This is Somero, Fletcher, and Logar, and the extra forward tonight is Ryan Terse, playing his 3rd game, 4th, though, of a 4-game PTO. Outside the face-off dot, it's knocked back to Fletcher. He holds, and a blocker save made by Rosenzweig. Slap pass over to Liam Anderson, still searching for his first goal of the year. Only 2 players remain in the Black Bears lineup from day 1 who have not scored. Ryan Terse back in the lineup would be the 3rd here tonight. Anderson throws a wrister. It's knocked down by Somero, and penalty coming up as Somero draws the call in front of the net. A defensive zone penalty against the Wolves, and Somero paying the price, though, but his team's going on the power play, Alex.
Yeah, that looked like a cross-check on Botero right in front of the net. It was an easy call for the official. Oh my gosh, Brooks. Somero got cross-checked right across the body, ate it like a champ, stopped the puck at his feet trying to get a wheel run at him, and just, cross-checked right in the shoulder, and that's an easy call for the officials.
So the Black Bears are on the Henny Hard Seltzer power play, scored a couple of goals last night. They go right back on the door to Smith, and Rosenzweig covers up, and then a couple of Wolves swarm Kirkby in front of the net, but it looks like cooler heads are going to prevail right there.
It'll take more than a couple of Wolves to take down Black Bear, Brooks. And as we see on the Heinz Energy replay, just a straight cross check right to the shoulder. Cannot feel good at all. There's very little padding in that area that hockey players wear.
So Bond with 2 goals last night, his first multi-goal game in his pro career. McAnanama comes out of his net to steer the puck over to the aforementioned Bond, and he's also the guest on tonight's first period Excite Motorsports intermission interview. And Kirkby gets across the line. This play is onside, gets around Henning, and tries to shove it off the backside of the helmet, but instead it stays out. Oliveri back up to the blue line to a vacated spot. Smith holds the line and wraps it back in down low. Oliveri taken down, and another penalty coming up against the Wolves. This time it's
tripping on Henning, Brooks.
Thank you, Alex. And so now Botero and Henning sit down, and a minute 19 of power play time, 5-on-3 power play time here to start tonight's contest.
And you know what? This is a huge opportunity. Oliveri taking a shot there and eating the penalty. We saw a lot of ticky-tack stuff last night. And although these two have been pretty obvious, that's a skate right to the back of the foot. Officials are going to call that every time.
Face off to the right of Rosenzweig, and Kirkby wins it cleanly back, held in by Bond. He's got the hot hand. Him and Oliveri combined for 5 points last night. Bond holds a wrister and snared with the glove hand of Rosenzweig. Also worth noting, Rosenzweig, a right-handed catching goalie, something that the Black Bears really don't see too often.
No, and it's a very rare thing in hockey in general. Simply, there's not many lefties who play the goalkeeping position. Normally they're pushed out into the ice.
Oliveri winds up a one-timer. Rebound in and out of the glove of Rosenzweig, back up to the Donfather himself at the blue line. A snake eyes pass over to Smith below the dots, back across for Kirkby. A little bit too far behind him. They keep slapping it around. Oliveri's pass is intercepted and then almost caught it right in the jaw. But McAnanama ups the puck. Black Bears are on sides. They stretch it up to Thompson, but too far in front of 25. 40 seconds left to go in the 5-on-3. Kirkby backdoor, he scores! Tyson Kirkby picks up his 10th of the season, and the Black Bears up 1-0.
And I don't know if the crowd mic picked it up, Brooks, but we could hear it from up here. Kirkby literally shouting for Tomer, hey! And he gets it puck. He has his stick ready to go. Thompson with the perfect pass right on the Labatt Blue logo. Kirkby puts it opposite side, right above the glove. And unfortunately for Rosenzweig, there's just nothing he can do there. It's a really unfortunate opportunity, forcing him to go side to side as he hit Heinz Energy replay. Thompson almost with the no-look pass, really keeps his eyes snake eyes and then tosses it across.
So that's a power play goal. Binghamton 1-for-1 on the Haney Hard Seltzer power play, and now they have a minute 15 of a traditional 5-on-4 opportunity. So the second unit now gets an opportunity. Anderson across the blue line, right down the middle, and Logar tries to saucer it over to Boilar. 18 and 28 will trade places with each other. Logar holds for a wrister that's blocked by Dakota Seaman. Logar cannot wrap the puck out of the zone, and this is thrown right on target for McAnanama, comes out of his net. Nifty little stick handle by the goaltender. And McAnanama with a few words for Seaman on the way back across. This plays on sides. Logar holds, goes far side, just wide, missing the post. Boilar cannot hold this puck in the zone, and Binghamton will come back the other way with 30 seconds left to go in their second power play of the night. Errant pass for Binghamton, and this is going to come back, and 200 feet back to square one. But where it matters, Tyson Kirkby has the game's first goal on a 5-on-3. But look out, it's a turnover. Anderson turned it over to Thornton. He comes in on the backhand, denied, and then they say no goal. They say no goal. Puck went in. Referee right behind the net. They're going to say it was a kicking motion. And Josh Fletcher, itching for his first pro fight, wanted a piece of Thornton. Linesman very quick to get in between. And Jared Matrano, the referee, on top of the play immediately and says no with the kick.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious as well. I mean, he gave it a pretty good kick motion, and you can tell he's trying to stop, and it just goes right in the back of the net. Yep, and that's clear as day, Brooks. It looked like he was trying to pass it into the net himself.
Referee right on top of it, positioned behind the net. You know, he was already skating up ice as the play was. Binghamton turns it over, and he gets there. So the referees will enter the penalty box, put on a headset.
I don't think, Brooks, it looks like there's nothing operational there, but we got a laptop down there hooked up. It looks like the off-ice officials.
They had to go to the other penalty box. So Tyson Kirkby already signaling no goal. And all the meanwhile, the captain of the Wolves, Dustin Henning, is getting a front row seat to this as well.
Yeah. Yep, and so this is the only part of it that could come off the hinges, Brooks. Leeson kicks the puck and then follows through with his stick. However, if you look at the Heinz Energy replay, he did not get any contact with his stick. Kick, and none of these stick hits that puck in the back of the net. That's going to be very clearly a no goal. An excellent call from the
horn
official.
has sounded for the ice crew to come out, but we are going to stay right here. Or might double up at another point during the evening, but with an important play coming up right here, we didn't want to take away from this.
One thing I did notice, Brooks, and an interesting thing.
Hold on, Alex, hold that thought real quick. They say no goal. Comes right out of the penalty box. And that's the explanation from Jared Matrano. Alex, why don't we catch your thoughts on the other side of... Oh, nope. Hold on. Looks like we are going to stay right here. So I'm sorry, Alex. Go ahead and finish your point.
No. It was nothing, Brooks. Honestly, it was nothing worth it. An interesting call there because there was a little bit of action there that you think Leeson could have argued for himself for that to be a goal. However, because he makes no contact with the stick, very clear no goal, very clear kicking motion, and then he didn't finish it at all with a stick.
The bad thing about it is sometimes you're just trying to stop, and when you turn your hips like that and your edges of your skates are facing a different direction than your body, it looks like a kick.
Yeah, 100%, Brooks. But that was actually pretty clear. He went for a full kick there.
Yep, but if he would have, as you said, Alex, if he touches that puck on the goal line, it's a goal.
100%. I think that was the idea he had. He was going to hit it and then touch it.
So no shorthanded goal for Watertown. 10 seconds left. Final push for the Black Bears here on their second power play of the night. Oliveri lost the handle on it down low to Thompson, and Oliveri knocks his man away from the puck. That was Noah Doyle. Backside. Thompson back across, and the skates of Oliveri were back to 5-on-5. Kirkby tips one on target, and it's held onto by Josh Rosenzweig.
Hey fans, don't forget to stop.
One thing I've noticed, Brooks, is the show Shoresy, Timmins has the biggest C in the league. I think Watertown might have the smallest C's in the league. This captain's jerseys are microscopic, I would call it.
Getting a good look at this face-off here. Trevor Lord and Tyson Kirkby do battle. And this time Lord will get the better hand with some good wing play from Tate Leeson. Played 2 games last week with the Adirondack Thunder in the ECHL. Our good friend Rob Lapolis doing the play-by-play and communications up there. Talked to Rob last week when we were headed down to Carolina. I actually asked for a picture of Tate Leeson so that he could make a graphic. Now Bond at the blue line, an easy wrister that's kicked out. Rebound from Oliveri is blocked by Doyle. He looks to be shaken up just a little bit as this puck
stings.
This one's put off sides by Stone over to Bond, and no quarter at the line given by Watertown. See if Oliveri can take advantage of Doyle limping around there on the ice for a second, but it looks like Watertown's going to get the puck back into the neutral zone. Well, that's where it's going to stop. Watertown might be caught in a line change here. Oliveri comes in, back across to Thompson, trying to give him a yawning net, but a defensive stick on the way through by Seaman. Thornton, run into by Dan Stone, saucered up to Thompson, and teams will jockey for the loose puck right in the center ice dot. And an easy wrist shot save from Lord on McAnanama.
And right now, Brooks, 13-17 into the first period. The Binghamton Black Bears are out shooting the Watertown Wolves 10-2. Courtesy of that 5-on-3 power play, it really seems as if the Black Bears are getting a lot of high-volume shots on net. With that last one, I think as much as Don Oliveri wants to set up the beautiful pass for a high percentage goal, you got to have him take that. He's a good enough shooter where you just got to have him put that puck on net.
So Games Atoff, the former Black Bear, was in training camp with Binghamton and played in 1 game in Danbury. Took that face-off against Jesse Anderson. Did a good job of making things hard for the Black Bears to gain some ice position as they got the red line, and then it was thrown right back in behind McAnanama's net. Walters on the breakout, misses Connor Smith. This does not have an icing coming with it as Alex Basie, fresh off a trade with Columbus for future considerations now in Game 2 of his 4-game PTO, plays the puck out into the neutral zone. Watertown takes advantage of a Binghamton turnover. Ray matched up against Blacksmith, and this is knocked out. It's icing, but it looks like Connor Smith is going to have the race. And Rosenzweig with a poke at the last second to make sure Smith could not get a clean handle. Ray flies by Basie. Pavlov stick handling with the backboard of the Dashers, getting it away from the big 26, but a beautiful steal by Ray. He's going to wait for some friends and instead just throw it cross corner, get some fresh bodies on the ice.
And this is going to be a fun line to watch. Logar, Samaro, and Fletcher together. A real physical group. Schmidt just yeah, that's going to be a call on Schmidt. Need Weaver from behind. Easy box call. Right in front of the official as well, too, Bruce.
That's actually going to be an icing call.
Oh, interesting. I thought, see.
You saw the linesman's arm go up and immediately think delayed penalty, but linesman put it up and it is an icing call. So Binghamton comes back the other way.
Which is ironic because I think if Schmidt actually goes for that puck rather than play through Weaver. See right here? Yep. I think he's got a shot at that.
Seeing it in slow motion here, right side of your screen. We already see Weaver on the ground with that angle. Weaver throws it to the target. Pavlov knocked it down with his skate. Back up to the blue line for Boylar. Throws a wrister, and that's tipped in. I think it's Josh Fletcher.
The Chinook Flyer gets his 5th goal of the season, Brooks.
Oh, it looks like Mathieu Boylar is going to lead the line, and that's Boylar's first of the season if it counts.
100%, Brooks. It's one of those tough goals that you have. Seeing eye puck gets there through that mass of bodies, and it's always tough to see who is the last guy to touch it as go through. Originally, I thought it was the kid from Calgary, Alberta. However, I think it's Mathieu Boilard getting his first of the game. An excellent shot from the point. Great job by that line, getting bodies in front of that. Boilard with a wrister. Actually, I think that goes off Basie's stick.
Okay.
And watching that Heinz
yeah,
replay,
that's a good eye there, Alex. So obviously the goal counts. We're going to wait for the official announcement from Frank Perney as the off-ice officials sort it out. They're going to watch it a couple more times. Austin Thompson now will get it behind the net. And actually, let's go ahead and hear Frank right now. So they announced Fletcher from Boilard. We saw Boilard lead the line. And we'll see if anything changes in a stoppage. Lowered a shot that's blocked by Stone. That was Watertown's second best chance of the night. Besides the no goal on the kick, but this is icing against the Black Bears. 9 minutes gone here, period number 1, but where it matters, 2-0 up on the big board.
Yeah, so the Chinook Flyer gets his 5th of the season. An excellent job. A great job by Boilard getting that puck on the net. That's what you love to see from a defender. Boilard has a pretty quick shot, very active, and he gets it in front of the net. Just let it hit off bodies and get through there, because when you have 3 guys like Somero, Logar, and Fletcher, they really can muck up the front of the net.
A shot from Sergeyev. Never made it to McAnanamaw's net. Now he has it back at the point. Surveys his option, looking for a tip from Blacksmith. Didn't get one on target. And this is coasted out into the neutral zone by the Black Bears defense. So Thompson gets off on a line change. Changing some forwards and defensemen now after the icing. So Bond picks his head up, sees it Gamzatov, and is flying on by. Those two were not teammates, as Gamzatov had already departed for Watertown by the time Dakota Bond got here from his loan with Roanoke. Walter is calling for help. You can actually hear it very well with the crowd microphone that we have tonight up here in the Jeff Keyes Auto Sales broadcast booth. And now coming back the other way, trading spots, Smith on the backhand, tried to shelf it far side. It looked a lot cooler than how it turned out. And he stays peppering Dakota Seaman on the forecheck. Walters and Seaman get tied up. Goaltender played the puck, so nullifies icing. Now Sergeyev with loads of time to set something up. Stretch pass all the way down. McAnanamaw stays put. And Walters first to the dot. This is icing, which now leads us to our first opportunity to take a media timeout here tonight. 9:41 left to go. Black Bears lead by 2, thanks to Tyson Kirkby and either Josh Fletcher or Mathieu Boilard. We'll find out more right after this. Welcome back into the first period, brought to you by our friends over at Dragon Billiards Instruction. You can visit them at their store in Vestal or anytime online at dragonbilliards.com. Perfect for all things billiards, learn, shop, buy, and repair. So big thanks to Dragon Billiards for once again sponsoring the first period of tonight's game. First 10 minutes, a success, Alex, I would say so. With 2 goals, 1 at even strength, 1 on the power play. Still have the off-ice officials deciphering who scored that last Black Bears goal, so hopefully maybe during intermission we'll have an update for everybody. A shot from Botero is wide of the target, and that allows Binghamton an easy clear. Ray up with 77. He's crunched into the wall by Sergeyev. And Doyle wrapping it around. Neat little exit out of the zone for Watertown right there as Adam Morgan ups the puck. They try to go cross corner on the dump in. Weber Dancing around, plays it over to Boilar, and there go D to D. As Morgan will retreat and complete the line change for the Watertown Wolves. This is icing against the Black Bears, though, as they couldn't get that clean breakout and connect with that one final pass here. 8:51 left to go. Shots on goal, Binghamton 11, Watertown 2.
And that's what you see a lot from the Black Bears. They're a high-volume shooting team, a very talented team. Also a team on the defensive zone that really forces pucks, that get down in front of shots, don't allow clean opportunities. So this is par for the course for the Black Bears. The only ones that matter, though, are the ones that matter.
So now Ray on the stretch pass from Connor Smith. Gets around one man. He's trying to catch up to Pavlov, or Pavlov was trying to catch up to Ray. A centering pass that Kirkby just barely missed. Now, Ray's pass over for Thompson, a little bit behind 25. And Watertown is on a delayed offsides as this puck is dumped right back in. Boilar settles it down, goes over to Stone. It's a turnover, though, and McAnanima had to make the save, pushing out of his crease. His best of the night.
And a really unfortunate turnover by Boilar, trying to get a little too cute with it to play Kirkby center of the ice, and that's the danger you run when you play the puck right in front of your own net. Would have been smarter just to put it back into the trapezoid, and unfortunately just outside the range for Kirkby.
So McAnanima, not seeing a lot of shots here tonight, makes a great save with the shot in between the hashes. Watertown's going to really wish they had that one back.
100%, Brooks. A great job by McNanama, getting big there, coming out and presenting a really difficult target for the Watertown Wolves.
Black Bears, even though they lost the face-off, excellent wing play from Somro and Logar to skate away with it 2-on-2. Pass trying to hit the trail defenseman in Walters, and is too far behind him, and this leads to a Black Bears clear in their own end. And another icing. Those are starting to add up here in the first period, Alex.
And it just seems like the connections in the offensive zone with the shuffling of lines, the cohesion just isn't there. You're losing multiple starters. You lose a guy to a call-up. You lose a guy to a suspension. And so it's one of those things that as you kind of lose that cohesion, you really you kind of have those little mental mistakes that happen.
Face-off push forward. And that is Liam Anderson getting tied up behind the wall. That allows Seaman to take control of the puck. Henning a wrister, looking for a tip, goes off the back side of the net. Blacksmith couldn't get his stick on it. And now Blacksmith crunched against the wall by Josh Fletcher. He's wrestled down, and this is a penalty coming up against the Black Bears as the team in green touches up.
It's going to be a hold, Brooks. And I mean, you got to understand if these officials are going to call it tight like this, that's going to get that drawn. I don't think he held him. I think he was trying to finish the check, but Fletcher is also kind of understanding as he head in the box like, yeah, that one's going to be on me. Look here, he puts the check on Blacksmith, finishes through the wall, and then just as they start to twist, they're going to call that because he's got both arms wrapped around Blacksmith's single arm, although it looked like a little bit Blacksmith was pinching that arm in.
Face-off one back by Watertown, and they fire a one-timer that's tipped into the safe netting right away. Watertown's power play, third this year after being 9th out of 10 last year. They're 24%. Binghamton's kill, 84%. That's good enough for third in the FPHL. This face-off is won back by Kirkby to the open man, stays in play. Always got to be careful with that coming around the net on the forehand. You don't want to send it right into the crowd and take another penalty. But Liam Anderson throws it off the wall and out. Watertown from behind their own net starts the breakout. Lord crosses over the line, waits for some friends, and Botero let the puck go right underneath his stick, and now re-enters the zone. Leeson lost the pass on it and cleared immediately by Liam Anderson with 2 good clears that shift. So 4 new bodies out there on the ice for Coach Sherwood's club. All 5 power play unit players stay out there for Coach Verbeek. Anderson crunches Leeson, and Dan Stone easily pokes it back out to the red line. Lowered across. Stops, and Smith, who we saw kill penalties last night, out there killing some more penalties here tonight. He's peppering Botero from behind, and look out, here comes Connor Smith. In all alone, a wrist shot and a save made by Rosenzweig, and he will play the puck. That could have made it 3-0 and been the Black Bears' second shorthanded goal of the season.
And that's why you play a guy like Connor Smith out on the power play. Modern power play offer a lot more opportunities for those short-handed breakaways as you run what would be traditionally called a 1-3-1.
Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill doing a good job here as they throw the puck right back out into the neutral zone. Somro peppering a Watertown player.
And we got a delayed penalty, Brooks.
And we will head to 4-on-4. High sticking is the call as Justin Somro does a great job short-handed drawing a penalty, ends the Watertown power play, and the Binghamton power play will be on the ice in just 16 seconds.
And an excellent, excellent job by Somro, just doing a really good job getting his body in there. We can see on the hind end of his sticker lifts, and then he just gets hit right on the back of the dome and just draws the penalty, easy penalty for the officials to call. We got Kirkby, Bond, Oliveri, and Thompson out there. That's a really offensive group. Really, you could essentially say 4 forwards out there with the offensive style of game that Bond and Oliveri both play.
So Sergeyev plays it around the wall for Oliveri. Puts on a little spin move and off the skate of Thompson. Gets behind the net. Watertown will take a peek up at the big board. And Josh Fletcher is up and ready as Leeson crosses over the line. Gets around Kirkby. Leeson all alone, and he's denied by McAnanama. That would have been a shorthanded tally. But now we're up to a 5-on-4 Henny Hard Seltzer power play. 3-on-1 for the Black Bears. Thompson trying to create open ice, plays it over for Kirkby, and that just got congested like an interstate on a holiday. Oliveri over to Bond. He gets knocked over to Austin Thompson. Kind of works out for the Black Bears. Bond holds, wrist shot denied by Rosenzweig into the corner. Lord steers it, but not out. Bond holds, Smith at the dots all the way across for Oliveri. Fires a slap shot, and what a rocket from Don Oliveri. Another power play goal, second of the night.
And folks, what you just saw there is someone's reputation preceding them. Normally in hockey, that's a guy like, a really tough guy like, you have to think of the classic fighters, Rob Ray, Ty Domi. Those guys had their reputations precede them. Don Oliveri's reputation preceded him that one. He cocked back on that slap shot, saw the guy, and all of a sudden you see every defender guy cover their face, cover their sensitive areas, and just freeze up, and gives Oliveri an extra second to really rip at that puck.
So not taking anything away from Oliveri right there, as you just got another look at it. Every time, the first 2 times that Watertown and Binghamton faced off, and Binghamton got a 2-0 lead, they changed the goaltender. Black Bears now up 3, and Rosenzweig stays put. So, neat little tidbit right there.
Well, it seems like Rosenzweig is more of their 1A, the guy they're going to kind of ride even if it's not going well. Whereas Liskowitz and Bouchard are the guys, sort of the 1B, 1C, who they're going to hold up. And if things are not going well for them, they're going to go for the quick change.
All right, that's the voice of Alex Jones. Time for us to take a timeout. 3-0 Black Bears over the Wolves. Right back after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back in. Black Bears YouTube. Binghamton up 3-0. And I just got a text message from our good friend Bobby Gross, who's watching upstairs in the front office, still slinging some tickets around, getting everybody inside the doors here tonight. He said the water bottle jumping off the net was kind of sick. I agree, Bobby, it was. So the Black Bears are going to go for the Burger King burger goal here in the first period and try to get it on back-to-back nights. Ryan Turst, the extra forward tonight, out there on the ice. here. I believe this might be his first shift of the night.
From what I've seen, yes, Brooks.
And Somero, Fletcher get tied up with it. Fletcher almost drew another penalty right there, but gets right on up and skates over to the bench for a line change. So Henning plays it over. And now a wrister that's blocked. Boilar separates the stick from the player.
That one just landed in section 9, Brooks, at the topmost row. It perfectly skipped off the stick, went all the way perfectly through the rafters, and then arced down into row L, all the way at the top.
So, little uniform note, Tomasi not wearing number 8 tonight. He's actually wearing number 20. That caught me off guard a little bit. 3-0 the Black Bears lead. As this face-off is pushed away, and there goes Thomas Ray. He's off to the races. Ray comes in and poked it just wide, almost caught up to his own rebound off the wall. That would have lit this place on fire here. And now all the way across, Morgan drives wide, fires a shot that's blocked by Walters. He gets tied up with Gamesatov in front of McAnanama's net. Tries a return stretch pass over to Ray, but instead that's nullified. This is offsides, though, as Watertown touched it while they were in front of the blue line.
And Basie coming over, putting a stick in front of Connor Smith after Connor Smith gave a quick little shove, extra shove to Sergev. And an interesting one. Normally you don't see a heavyweight like Basie coming up to a goal scorer and have that, you know, not be discussed later, as Kirkby looked like he had some words for Basie. Looks like they've got 6 on the ice right now, Brooks. Interesting strategy.
Basie did have a fight against Kirkby last year when he was a part of the Delaware Thunder, worth noting. And now Thompson gets across the blue line offensively, plays it over to Oliveri. A little touch pass, a return feed over to Thompson as it makes its way back up to the blue line. Bond does a good job of holding it in. It floats off the glove, and Kirkby clipped a little bit with a high stick right there. But we're going to play on. It's Ivan Sergev.
And as we see on the Heinz Energy replay, Brooks, Ray with his excellent speed gets down there, puts it just wide. I think if he comes in with just a hair left speed, he is able to stop there and put it into the empty net.
I don't even think that's his top speed. I see him in practice all the time. He's got some of the best handles on the team. And when he's on a loan like that, really thought he was going to go in for the deke instead of the shot right there. But works out. Oliveri knocked down away from the play against Leeson, but
yeah, Leeson got the stick into Oliveri's feet. A little surprise there on the no call. Pretty clear tripping, but sometimes the officials let those things go.
This is offsides as Leeson did not touch the puck before he skated in. So 2:33 left to go. Shot 16 for Binghamton, 5 for Watertown. And just to let people know what's on the line tonight, Black Bears going for their 7th win on home ice this season. The last time they did not win was against the Carolina Thunderbirds on November 10th. And they also have gotten a point in all 10 home games this year. Now let's date it back a little bit further to last season, where the Black Bears were able to win their final 6 home games of the year. So a 16-game home point streak on the line tonight. Binghamton up by 3, so Watertown's going to need at least 4 to try to spoil that. Fletcher throws down Blacksmith legally to the ice. And Gabot calmly plays it over to Tomasi off the wall, and Blacksmith charges in on the left wing side, tries a toe drag, and right off the corner post comes right on in. Beat McAnanama, but did not beat the iron. This is offsides, though, as Anderson a hair early into the zone, and now Watertown trying to mix it up a little bit, but Liam Anderson knows better not to get involved right now with the 3-goal lead.
100%. Don't take a dumb penalty here. No reason to get this puck out of, into a position that you wouldn't, isn't advantageous for the Black Bears, as they're out shooting the Watertown Wolves at a 3-1 pace. And Liam Anderson got a little excited there entering the zones. Was a good, or maybe it was the other guy, whoever was leading the opposite side, Anderson, maybe Logar, about 6 feet off side.
So Anderson wins that face-off back to Ray, and this will be slapped in by Walters off the direct middle behind the net. Ray gives it over to Smith. And Walters fires a slapper. That's gloved by Rosenzweig, held on to with 92 seconds left to go. Also, with an assist on that Don Oliveri goal, Connor Smith extends his point streak to 11 games this year. Highs on the team this season.
And those Adrian Bulldogs just keep showing why that is such a successful program in Michigan.
And now Sergeyev off the face-off win for Watertown tries to clear, but Liam Anderson steps in front of Gamzatov. And Anderson will just pull it back behind his own net. And let's see how far he can go with the puck. He crosses all three lines by himself. Coast-to-coast action as he's sent down to the ice. Ray gets over the rebound and reverses it around for Smith. Too far in front of Smith as he and Anderson might have picked each other right there. As this is icing, Boilar gets to the dots first. 56 ticks left to go here in the first period.
And this is a big shift for the Black Bears. This has been a long shift for the current Watertown Wolves. Ever since that last offsides, they have been on the ice. Tired legs out there. If the Black Bears can take advantage of this, get a good draw into the zone, really start a cycle going, get a shot from Don Oliveri or Kirkby, maybe even from the top from Boilar, it could be a huge game changer for the Black Bears. As I say that, they lose the draw.
Oliveri tries to knock down a pass at the blue line instead. Morgan comes in on a 2-on-1. Stuffed chance denied by Mack and Anima, and maybe Weber with his foot on the post. Don't know if it ever made it there. Well, Binghamton with control of the puck behind their own net. Have to think that frustration is going to start to sit in for Watertown. They were down 5-0 last night to Elmira. Storm back 5-4. Get it to 6-5. And then that's kind of where the luck ran out for them. Now they find themselves in a 3-0 deficit and cutting through the middle of the ice. That puck almost went out, and a fan in the third row almost snagged it right out of the air.
Ate too much popcorn before the game, Brooks.
Could have been, but he was ready for it. He stood up right away and reached into the second row to make sure it didn't hit anybody.
Just went right through the fingertips.
So 10 seconds left to go. Let's see if either team can get one final push. Face-off is won by the Black Bears. Bond will play it up to Kirkby and takes a look at the clock. And Oliveri fires one final shot. And that'll be the end of the first period, but not before the linesmen have to get in between the two sides.
Yeah, Leeson had a little bit extra for Bond there at the end. That was a little behind the play, just caught the tail end of it. And Bond was not happy about it, had to be held back by the linesman.
So shots on goal in the first period. We'll talk about them during the Columbia Mutual Life stat sheet as well. But why not mention it now? 18 for Binghamton and 6 for Watertown. So a very, very good offensive period for Binghamton. And also, you only allow 6 shots. Granted, one of them was a great chance that should have been a goal. Pretty solid stuff from your blue liners.
And an excellent job by the forwards as well. Really have been pushing the pace. We saw it from Samaro and from Ray. Guys getting in Connor Smith on the penalty kill, really pushing the pace as it seems like the tired legs of Watertown are starting to show a little bit.
All right, we're taking time out. Come back with the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. We're here from Dakota Bond and talk about the games going around the FBHL. Maybe take a look at the standings. And we'll get Alex's thoughts as well. We'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. Excite Motorsports Intermission Report coming up right after this.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Got a couple of kids having some fun during the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report, a good old-fashioned sled race. Even though there hasn't been too much snow outside this winter just quite yet here in Binghamton, always plenty of ice inside Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. Here, you're listening to the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next-day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. Visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com. As we get to the Columbian Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet. Well, a little voice crack right there. I apologize. Binghamton with 18 shots on goal. We talked about it right before we went to break. Watertown with 6. Alex, I'm a little surprised that Coach Verbeek did not pull Rosenzweig after that third goal, because that's kind of been the MO this year for Watertown. If it's not working out, they try to jumpstart their team by switching netminders.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to build a little more chemistry or a little more momentum for the goalkeepers. Goalkeepers are a fickle breed, but they're kind of like a running back where even a fumble or two, you kind of need to leave them in there to work out the kinks and get them cooking. So luckily for the Black Bears, it seems that they're going to stick with Rosenzweig, and they have been having a field day with him so far today.
Also, let's take a look at the power play stats. Binghamton with 2 power play tallies. They are 2 for 3. Coming into the night, they were 27.5%. That is second in the league, only behind the Motor City Rockers. Watertown's power play third, but they are at 24%. Their kill, though, 76% on the season. That is 9th, so 3 from the bottom in the FPHL. We're taking time out, come back. We'll have our interview with Dakota Bond coming up right after this.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Get access to exclusive player events, monthly parties, and road trips to away Black Bears games. This is what you get when you become a member of the Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Stop by the Booster Club table behind Section 4 at the next Black Bears home game, pick up a 50-50 ticket, and sign up to join for just $10. Stay up to date on the Booster Club by liking their Facebook page, facebook.com/Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Monthly meetings with players, road trips, and a whole lot of fun when you join the Black Bears Booster Club.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit BinghamtonBlackBears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back into the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. You're getting a look at the Zambonis making their way around the ice and giving us a fresh sheet for period number 2. It's 3-0 Binghamton as we stand right now, but it's time to throw it over to our Excite Motorsports Intermission interview, brought to you by, of course, Excite Motorsports. I was able to catch up with Dakota Bond earlier today after the team meeting, talk about his first multi-goal performance with the Black Bears, and talk about what's been going right for Binghamton so far this season. So while we have the opportunity, I will step aside, and here's our previously recorded interview with Black Bears defenseman Dakota Bond. Now time for a very special Excite Motorsports intermission interview. I'm joined by Black Bears defenseman Dakota Bond, and Dakota, looked like the new number paid its dividends last night as you were able to get your first multi-goal game as a Black Bear. What went into the decision to get number 4 back?
Yeah, so I had number 4 in college, and it was a good number for me, and I kind of like the old roots, so I decided I want to go back.
Well, did you have to convince Thomas Ray any at all to switch back? Or I think what I was hearing is he was pretty excited to get out of the number 4 jersey. I heard it might have been a little bit big on him.
Yeah, the jersey was big on him, so I decided I'd take it from him, take it off his hands, and we both scored last night, so it worked out for the best.
Yeah, you guys were able to put 4 goals behind the Danbury netminder. Your first one was a real thing of beauty right off the face-off. Jesse Anderson wins it cleanly back to you, and eventually the people on the other teams are going to start trying to, try to pick you up when you skate in from the blue line. But was that a set offensive play that Anderson was going to try to win it back to you?
Yeah, it was a set play that kind of went wrong. I kind of did my own thing, but luckily it led to a goal, so pretty happy about that one.
Yeah, and you guys did face a little bit of adversity last night. Both teams had multiple players removed from the game, but even when it was a 1-goal game for about a shift or two, you guys kind of seemed to pick it up a little bit and grab that 2-goal lead right back. And, your final goal of the night ended up being the insurance goal at the end for the 4th and final tally. But what was the message after, that big brawl in the 3rd period?
Yeah, so honestly, we just had to bear down, and we knew we couldn't let them get close to us. We had to kind of take control of the game and kind of just go ahead, and that's exactly what we did.
All right, and what's the key to getting another 3 points here tonight against the Watertown Wolves? What was it that Coach Sherwood talked to you guys before tonight's game?
Yeah, we just got to work hard, stay out of the box, and get everything to the net.
All right, Dakota, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, that's the voice of Black Bears defenseman Dakota Bond. More coming up after these messages on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
All about you make me think of good things. Good days. Like calming tempers down. Good days. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good day.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Awestruck Premium Hard Cider, crafting transcendent, awe-inspiring liquid made and sealed right in Sydney, New York with New York State apples. Improve your day with Awestruck Premium Hard Cider. CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks.
Stay in the swing of things with your golf game this winter and check out Fairways Indoor Golf Company. At Fairways, you can play any 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, enjoy your favorite cocktail in the lounge by the fire, or watch your favorite sports team on over 9 82-inch TVs. The only slice you'll experience will be from the homemade pizza from the clubhouse kitchen. Bring your own clubs or use theirs. Get the golfer in your life a Fairways gift certificate. Tee off with Fairways Golf Company, 511 Hoover Road, Endwell, online at fairwaysindoor.golf.
Are you compassionate and interested in providing care to people with developmental disabilities? Check out a New York State Career with Broom OPWDD. Enjoy great benefits such as job security, health insurance, retirement plan, paid time off, opportunities for advancement, and so much more. Positions as direct support professionals in the community or at a secure facility might be exactly the change of pace that you're looking for. For more information, call 607-240-4786 or go online to www.opwdd.ny.gov.
Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's Auto Sales.
We have a huge selection of vehicles and every tool available to fit everyone's credit needs. If you've been told no before,
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Get the vehicle you deserve.
Yes, that's awesome.
With our guaranteed credit approval program, which can easily be filled out online at jeffkais.com.
Jeff Kai's Auto Sales, Apple Lincoln. Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's.
Are you planning on traveling to Binghamton for an upcoming Black Bears game? If so, check out La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham for a night away from home. La Quinta Inn and Suites is a short drive from the arena and is conveniently located off of the Southern Tier Expressway and Highway 17 with easy access to Interstate 81 and the Vestal Parkway. La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham at 581 Harry L. Drive, Johnson City. Reach them at 607-770-9333.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Are you kidding me?
How do you do that?
Dude, I just got a new hot spring spa.
Carlisle has hot spring spas starting at $39.95. Come see how we make every day better by relaxing in a hot spring spa.
What happened to you today? You're shredding it.
Hot spring spas, baby.
Welcome back into the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. The teams are just about to make their way out onto the ice. But before we roll the highlights brought to you by the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard and see what's going on across the FPHL. Carolina leads Port Huron 2-1 on the road up in Michigan. Knotted at 1, Danbury and Elmira. In the 607 in the Twin Tiers. The Columbus River Dragons lead the Blue Ridge Bobcats 1-0. And the Mississippi Seawolves hold a 2-0 advantage over the Baton Rouge Zydeco. Let's get to the first period highlights brought to you by the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club. And of course, it all starts off with our good friend, Liam Wagner. Welcome back in. Second period action brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks, fast fiber and reliable internet. You're getting ready for the middle frame. Alex, the Black Bears lead 3-0 here, and they really dominated that first period. Hard to find a real positive in there for Watertown.
Yeah, completely agree, Brooks. It was a tough period for the Watertown Wolves that felt like every aspect of the ice the Black Bears defended and attacked on. They were able to do whatever they wanted offensively, and it was that case. I mean, they're leading 18-6 in the shot categories, and the only opportunity offensively that the Watertown Wolves had that was a legitimate scoring opportunity came off a illegally kicked puck into the back of the net from Tate Leeson. The Black Bears need to keep up the pressure. We've seen the team in the past fall a little bit into the doldrums in the second period, and they need to keep this pressure up.
All right, that's the voice of Alex Jones, and as we mentioned earlier, tonight's period brought to you by Greenlight Networks, fast fiber and reliable internet. Check them out online anytime at greenlightnetworks.com. Not only are they the sponsor of the second period, but they're also the sponsor of the Black Bears newsletter. So make sure that you are signed up to receive all the alerts and updates surrounding the team. Watertown throws a loose puck towards the net. It's nullified by the Black Bears defense, but a quick re-entry on the dump in by Watertown. Oliveri with a little bit of a late shove on Doyle.
It was a big, big hit, Brooks. Sent Doyle straight down to the ice.
Kirkby gets back across the blue line. He holds over to Dan Stone. Little give-and-go action, but too far in front of Kirkby. Thompson gives chase on the forecheck. Finds Kirkby wide open behind the net. And the captain stripped of the puck by Ian Sergev. And now Watertown does get it out of harm's way. Seeing a lot of stretch passes tonight for Watertown. Thornton goes across, and a tip on the pass by Bond slows down that shot probably just enough for McAnanama to go post to post.
And McAnanama doing a great job staying with that puck. A save you like to make early. It was one that didn't come in with a an aggressive chance from a high scoring area. It was a safe area, key real estate that the Black Bears kept empty with that Dakota Bond tipped pass.
Tie up on the face-off between Botero and Anderson. As Connor Smith gets this out into the neutral zone, but could not knock it away from the Watertown captain to go on an odd man rush the other way. And Blacksmith gets crunched up against the wall by Smith. Binghamton holds it in. Can Ray catch up to it? He did, but it was poked off of his stick by Gobeau. Back up to the red line. Smith gets a little piece of it. Not enough for possession. And Watertown coming out a little bit better than how the game started. As soon as I say that, it's a turnover. Ray takes it away, and a cycle begins. Stuff chance through the blue paint and out for Dan Weaver, looking for his second of the year. And now Anderson matched up against Thornton. That's captain against assistant captain. Knocked down at the line And finally cleared out by the Wolves. Botero throws a shot through traffic, and he and Boilar have a couple of shoves for each other on the way through. Only shot so far of the period belongs to Watertown. Weaver dancing around his own end. And a high aerial flip into the open corner allows all 5 Black Bear players to change. And Alex Basie, in his second game with Watertown, can start the breakout. Watertown tries to cut through the middle of the ice, but nothing's going there. No icing as Samaro will beat out the pass. Hits Logar as the trailer. Back over to Fletcher. A misfire off the heel of the stick, and it ends up wide of Rogenswig's net. Good board battle by the Black Bears. Anderson Arister misses everything off the glass, still in play. Pass from Fletcher, trying to hit Liam Anderson back in stride. Leads to a Watertown shot from the blue line, and McAnanama covers up.
And a good cover by McAnanama. Didn't have any guys real close by to help clear that puck. There was a little bit of flow going back and forth. Fletcher probably wants that puck back. You can see he's a little frustrated with himself. Probably would have put that shot on net rather than try to clear the puck all the way across, which the puck ended up on the stick of Dakota Seaman.
So Tyson Kirkby wins this defensive draw. Bond slaps it around the wall. Takes a funny ride off the kick plate, and the linesman said it's going to be touched. So Watertown will have to keep that puck moving in play. Binghamton gets set up in the forecheck. Kirkby up high. And 3 players in the back for Binghamton. Looks like it was more of a 1-1-3 that time. Oliveri blocks a pass from Doyle, and he tries a backhander. Nullified, can't catch up to the second one though. Could be a 3-on-2 if Watertown hurries. Cleaned up, McAnanama steers it away, and a penalty coming up against the Black Bears as soon as they touch it. Lord comes out of his net, wanting to maybe play that puck back. And Rosenzweig, a neat little play.
I think Brooks, he was on the other side of the ice when he played that. I think that's going to be, that could be a, maybe I'm wrong here, could be a delay game.
Tyson Kirkby and the rest of the Black Bears have been trying to plead their case. Hate to disagree with you, Alex, because I like it when we agree, but I believe Rosenzweig was still behind the red line when he touched the puck. Now, they could have already had the extra attacker out, and they could have been a too many men.
Yes.
But the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill is going to make their way back out onto the ice as Dakota Bond sits down for 2 minutes at least here the first period of period number 2. .349 time of the penalty. So at this point, the penalty's already occurred. It'll be at the bottom of your screen, and Rosenzweig, oh, excuse me, little misfire right there, but we're right back to the action. Lord carries it across all 3 lines, and as soon as he gets to the face-off circle, throws on the brakes, almost stolen by Thompson, but instead Kirkby picks the pocket of Botero, and Boilar from behind his own net can just wrist that one out. And this is touched with a high stick, so an offensive zone face-off coming up for the Black Bears.
And a smart job there by Austin Thompson, stepping to skate towards the puck, realizing, you know what, no, if we don't touch this, this is never going to be, we don't have to touch this as soon as they touch it up, or the whistles blow it dead. So it's going to be in this one. It looks like there's some sort of debate happening between where this zone, it's going to the offensive zone. Each linesman is pointing to a different circle that it's going to, and it's ending up to the right of the goaltender.
Jesse Anderson loses this face-off short-handed. Watertown thought about just taking a bum rush right through the middle of the ice, but instead they do the smart thing and pull it back. Let everybody get set up for this 5-on-4 breakout. One less player on the ice for the Black Bears, brought to you by the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill, as Dakota Bond sits down for 2 minutes for the hooking infraction. Smith chips this puck all the way down, stretches, but not far enough for Jesse Anderson to have a real good scoring opportunity there. He's going to be met with a couple of Wolves giving pressure to him, and Anderson does a good job of taking up some precious time. 50 seconds left to go on the PK for the Black Bears, and he will get off. Watertown back into the zone. Leeson drops it for Lord. A shot and a glove save made by McAnanama.
Yeah, McAnanama's really seeing the puck tonight. Brooks really active with his glove hand so far, doing an excellent, excellent job.
That takes us to our first media timeout of the period. We'll be right back after this.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah!
All right, I got the Hennies. Constantly's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah.
I have one on the
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back in to the second period, brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. So far, Alex, looks like the penalty kill has done a very good job of keeping pucks wide and away from McAnanama's net.
Yeah, and that's something you hear Coach Sherwood harp on a lot, is keeping those pucks out of the prime real estate areas, keeping the pucks away from those high percentage scoring areas. And it's going to be an interesting thing to see if the Black Bears penalty kill can keep it up.
14:53 left to go. Here, second period action, 42 seconds left in the second Watertown power play of the night. Binghamton tried to clear it out of the zone and send Thompson on a breakaway, but instead Watertown does get it behind the goal line, where Morgan waits for it and reverses it over to Blacksmith. Watertown up to 10 shots now. They have all 4 in the second period. Doyle lost the handle on it, though, at the top of the umbrella, and that's going to force Watertown to touch up as they move the puck back in through the neutral zone. And Gansetoff couldn't get the handle on it. Liam Anderson tries to throw it off the wall to Thompson. Rosenzweig threw it right into the skates of Thompson, but instead of going for it on the second effort, going to go off right on a line change. Vaughn up and ready. Gansetoff holding for a shot. It was denied. A rebound. Kicked out with a purpose by McAnanama. So Watertown 0 for 2 on the power play, but we play on. Blacksmith doing a good job of using that free hand to nullify Liam Anderson's stick and body position. Walters knocks the man down to the ice right in front of the official, but he says to get up and play on through the middle of the ice. Bond, fresh out of the penalty box, tried to catch up to it, but could not. And now this puck thrown down the length of the ice, but tipped at the red line by Weber. So Thornton right back into the Binghamton end. Weber puts on a nice turn. Gets it past Tate Leeson. Black Bears without numbers. 2-on-3. A little toe drag move. Hits the trailer. Weber and friendly fire off the backside of Logar. Somero back up to Fletcher. Into the slot. And Weber just pokes it wide. Weber still holding on to the puck. In and out of the glove of Rosenzweig. Watertown gets over to the rebound. 13:03 left to go here. Stretch pass over to Lord. Boylard trying to track it down, but it does get behind the goal line. Excellent shift here by Dan Weber on both ends. Now 2-on-2. Logar and Ray. Ray throws on the brakes. Fires a wrist shot off the paddle of the glove. And Rosenzweig bounces on top of it.
And that was an excellent job by Ray, really getting in there with his speed. We saw a YouTube comment earlier, Brooks. With Ivashkin's suspension, is this Ray's time to shine? And if not, who do you think's taking over that minutes on the play? I agree. I think that's a great point. I do think this is a bit of Thomas Ray's time to shine, with both Yates and Ivashkin sitting in the on the bench.
Yeah, and don't forget that Thomas Ray started the season on the Connor Smith line with Brendan Stanko. So a lot of speed on that line. And I don't mean this in any mean way to Jesse Anderson, but Anderson might be the slowest forward on that line.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, he is one of the faster forwards in the league, and in that grouping, he's the slowest guy there.
So to answer that question, and thank you for always participating in the chat. Got that one screenshotted and sent to me. I do think it's a great opportunity for Ray to step up. Now, also worth noting, does Ray get signed to a regular contract, or now is it back on another 4-game PTO?
And with those, there's a limited number you can use in the season. Do you want to use that for guys who maybe, sort of like a Don Alvari, who can't be here all the time, but when he's here, he is a huge part of the team? Or do you want to use it for a guy like Thomas Ray versus giving him a initial player contract?
So to play Pro Hockey Manager, Oliveri is on a full contract. The only two players who are not are Ryan Terse, who I believe we've only seen for one shift tonight, and Thomas Ray. So, now granted, I know Ivashkin and Yates are out on suspension, so you might have a little bit leadway, at least for next week, but you don't ever want to have to release somebody and have them clear waivers, because somebody will pick up Thomas Ray. As soon as I say that, he throws a centering pass off the toe of Jesse Anderson, as Leeson steals it right away from Liam Anderson. Watertown now crosses over the line. They go out wide. Leeson holds, waits for some reinforcements, but is poked away by Smith. Up to Ray, one-on-one. This is onside, trying to dance around Henning. Maybe just lost his edge at the last second. And this scoring line here, without Ivashkin, without Stenko, still looks pretty good. Oliveri gives chase against Basie. His pass is blocked, and Oliveri will try to receive this pass off the wall. He stays on sides, fires a slapper right into the crest of Rosenzweig with 10:56 left to go.
And you could see Rosenzweig grimace from that shot. He took that center mass, and as the puck hit him, you could see him almost recoil a second after that puck gets there. That's the kind of shot Don Oliveri has. Guys who are legendary for that are like a guy like Darian Hatch or Zdeno Chara, and that's what Don Oliveri is also known for.
Stone fires a wrister. First chance is denied by a Watertown defender. Sending pass from Kirkby. Nobody home for the guys in green. And now 3-on-3. Watertown crosses over the line. Thornton wrapped off the puck by Oliveri. And Thompson dances around Gabo, dropping it back for Bon. A wrister off the crossbar. Dead square. And that puck is just barely on the line. It's on sides. Neat little pass, give and go. Thompson between the legs. Loose puck still available. Oliveri tries a backhander. Rosenzweig diving out for it. And the whistle finally blows as Leeson and Kirkby get a hold of each other. And then Henning gets Kirkby in a headlock.
It's a conga line of sorts, Brooks. Conga line of violence.
So Leeson had a hold of Kirkby. Kirkby tried to give a little push back, and then Henning gets Kirkby in the rear Nelson.
And then Thompson grabs Henning, somebody grabs Thompson, and it just goes on from there.
Yep.
But when you're down 3-0, you're looking for that kind of spark. Leeson giving him a little bit of a tap and getting in Kirkby's face after the play. Just an excellent offensive series, though. You can tell the Black Bears are really feeling themselves on that top line. Just a utterly perfect series of plays right there. Between the leg pass, between the leg pass, between the leg shot, you can really see that offensive grouping's feeling themselves.
So Fletcher wins the face-off back over to Dan Weber. Comes flying in the left wing side. Tried to hit Ryan Terse right in stride. Instead, Watertown steals that puck, and they come back the other way. Seaman's shot blocked by Fletcher, and Boilar knocks down a centering pass, and then I believe took a whack in a very, very uncomfortable spot. Anderson will clear on the backhand. You can definitely see Boilar leaning over. And not the great position. We got a penalty coming up here. So Mack and Animal will vacate the net, but Botero gets over to the loose puck. And it looks like they're going to tag Alex Basie.
I did not see what happened, Brooks. Basie is a little mad about something. I did not see. I was watching the puck. Guilty of watching the puck there. It's going to be interesting to see what happened.
So slashing is the call. against Alex Basie. Black Bears will have a power play when we come back. They lead 3-0, searching for the next goal in this game.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Getting a look at Alex Basie in the penalty box. He's guilty of a slash at 10-16. It's Watertown's 4th penalty of the night, which means it's the Henny Hard Seltzer's 4th opportunity of the evening as well. So here's the Heinz Energy replay. He clears the puck and gets run into the wall by Fletcher, and then good old two-hand swing and knocks the stick clean out of Fletcher's hands and might have caught some fingertips as well. So, power play 2 for 3 on the night for the Black Bears. They did not score in the middle one. And now Watertown tries to come away short-handed, but Leeson, doing the smart thing, plays it back, and Watertown plays keep away. Thrown on target, an easy save made by McAnanima. That'll pad the stats a little bit more.
Pad Watertown stats as well to get some more shots on net.
And now Oliveri across the blue line. Fires a slapper around the wall where Tyson Kirkby was waiting for it. A miss hit by the captain. Trying to get it on his forehand and able to pass it, but instead this is cleared. And let's see what they decide here. That puck went into the crowd. Binghamton trying to plead their case. And Tate Leeson
giving a little spear to Connor Smith.
So the referees need a new puck.
I'm going to be honest, Brooks. I did not see that touch anything. Didn't see a touch a player, but it looks like it's not going to be a delay of game.
It is. The delay of game puck over the glass at 10:57 against Dustin Henning. He's very upset.
And Schmidt going at the Black Bears bench, screaming at somebody. Somebody just got kicked out of the game for the Black Bears. Looks like one of the coaches not named Brent Sherwood.
Well, that's unfortunately the bad thing about being behind the bench and not in front of it. So Schmidt given the gate. His night is done. Doesn't find a dance partner tonight.
Well, it could. Is it a game or is it a 10-minute, Brooks? Because 9 minutes left in the
Alex, you're absolutely right. You're right.
Be interesting to see if we can get from the off-ice officials what happened with that one.
All right, so there's our live look at Brant Sherwood.
Talking with Matthew.
So, do not know what else happened. But what we can tell you is that the Black Bears are on a 5-on-3. Or at least they should be. And yes, they are. Dakota Bond makes his way back out to the bench. From the bench, rather. 5-on-3. So Binghamton can really drive this one home here in the next couple of seconds. Watertown clears it right away. And now Dakota Bond pulls it from behind his own net over to open ice where Tyson Kirkby was waiting for it. He settles it down, and Bond across for Oliveri. Binghamton trying to spread out those Watertown defenders. Oliveri loads up a slap shot that's blockered away by Rosenzweig. And now held in. Kirkby and Bond play catch. Oliveri dancing around Seaman, looking through a tip. None provided. Nobody directly in front of the net for the Black Bears. They really want to spread out those Watertown defenders. And now Connor Smith back across Oliveri, a little bit too hot to handle. Held in, though, with a neat little touch pass. This could work out. Smith holds, keeps holding, waits, and then tries to play back to Oliveri, but too far in front.
I do have to say, Brooks, I think that the older ice is helping out the Black Bears keep this puck in the zone.
So, Oliveri takes a cross-check in the head, and Seaman just going to run right at Oliveri, start throwing haymakers.
That'll probably be a game or two, Brooks. The league is really cracking down on guys going after players who are not willing to go into fights and continue to throw blows.
And Don Oliveri, the Rocky theme music, I believe, also playing from Philly.
And now Seaman going at McNanama. Probably add him a few more for a random going after the goaltender, which is an interesting choice.
Oh, that would have been very unwise.
Yes.
So another penalty is called.
Specifically with Basie and Schmidt not in the box. If Basie's in the box, Schmidt's in the locker room. Not a great idea to have your two toughest guys in not where they can protect you.
So to me, it looked like a cross-check.
It was a cross-check, and then he got a two-hander right after as well. And probably they're going to tack on an instigator, maybe something else on top of that. Could we see a triple minor here, Brooks?
We could. So I believe that penalty does not start. That penalty time does not start until the 47 seconds is up to Tate Leeson. Oh, they called that
No.
Excuse me.
I was asking if we were at our 10-minute media timeout, Brooks, under 10.
No, we are not. We already took that, and the red light is not on. So here's the replay.
There's
Cross-check right in the head, and then a slash.
And then drops sticks, goes after him, and then throws some punches, and then tries to fight through the officials multiple times to get through him, and then continues aggression. See here, Dakota Seaman continues, then goes after him, and then as he goes to the locker room, takes a run at McNanama. Which, weird move. That's a weird one. That's just I think he was trying to incite some sort of violent act from McNanama there to try to cancel out some of the penalties he just took.
All right, so it's still a 5-on-3. There's a penalty up in 5 seconds, but I don't see anybody up and ready. It's a 5-minute major for cross-checking to the head. So Oliveri holds, shot off the post, stays out.
Looks like that's probably going to be served by Basie.
It might be. So Leeson is up and ready. He comes in at 20 seconds. Bond holds. Kick save made by Rosenzweig. Rebound controlled by Smith. Shot denied. Rebound. Rosenzweig makes the save. Hack and whack time. But before Leeson can get out of the box, goaltender melts it down for another faceoff.
And you have to think that Coach Versteeg is not going to be happy with that in the slightest. One of your top players losing their mind like that, getting a match penalty, probably missing some games, probably missing the next 2 games that they'll face off against the Binghamton Black Bears here in Visions Veterans Memorial Arena, and putting you on the penalty kill for 5 minutes. Not a wise thing from one of your veteran players.
So the first penalty to Basie is up. That means the Black Bears power play is officially 2 for 4 on the night. This faceoff is won by the Wolves, and now that is Henning, throws it down the length of the ice, and McNanama just melts it down. So
no one's serving in the box, Brooks, that 5 minute.
That's an astute observation.
You would think normally they are going to have to have
Watertown
someone
has
in there.
5 players on the ice. Binghamton power play officially 2 for 5. No, excuse me, 4 players. 4 players.
4 players on the ice. There's just no one serving the penalty. So and maybe I didn't hear that they didn't. Maybe they gave him a 10-minute misconduct and a 5-minute major for cross-checking. But normally when you get a 5-minute major, normally that comes with, for a cross-checking, for a high stick, something like that, it comes with a match penalty.
So worth noting that for the next 4 minutes, the Black Bears can score as many goals as they can, and Watertown will still be playing a man down. That puck is held in beautifully by Weber, but then he's knocked against the wall by Thornton. Anderson plays it down low, tries to hit Boilar in stride, cheating in from the blue line, but instead out to center ice. Boilar lays a hit against Thornton, and Binghamton has numbers on the power play. They stay on sides, a beautiful effort by Fletcher down in the splits, but Binghamton could not catch up to the puck, cleared by Watertown, and McAnanamaw has to direct traffic. Fletcher rushes off a hit, and now Anderson and Weber try to play catch with each other, but that one doesn't work out. Look out, here comes Botero, shorthanded, but a beautiful behind the play check. And Botero and Boilar getting separated by the linesman. And if we can get a Heinz Energy replay on this defensive play that just happened, I would love that. Great defensive play from behind to kind of poke the Watertown player's stick and to make sure he can't get a clean handle on either a pass or a shot shorthanded.
And a little friendly conversation between Basie and Boilar, two guys who like to throw the fisticuffs from time to time. Seemed like a little bit of pugilistic respect there.
So there you go. You just saw it on your Heinz Energy replay. I believe that was Dan Weber who made that play.
And an excellent poke check.
And so thank you, Josh, and the video team for getting that for us. And now Adam Morgan makes his way over to the penalty box. Looks like somebody caught on.
Yeah, it's interesting that you'd allow them to serve about a minute 30, a minute 40 without anybody in the penalty box.
So Binghamton remains on top 3-0. They got 3 minutes left to go in the major to Dakota Seaman for cross-checking, also with intent to injure. So this is a traditional 5-on-4 power play. Kirkby throws on the brakes. And Connor Smith remaining the blue line right now. They got 3 players up high, making sure nothing gets behind them. Smith's wrist shot, easy save made by Rosenzweig, and here hang on.
And you saw a little bit of disarray there because that second power play unit with the injuries and the suspensions, you're really missing a few guys.
Well, Bond and Tomasi getting intervened between each other. See Somro barking out from the bench. And now Leeson getting in the face of Bond. And looks like Leeson and Bond are both going to get sent to the penalty box.
I got to disagree with that one, Brooks. Bond wasn't doing anything, literally skating back to his own bench. Leeson gets in his face and goes at him and takes away one of the best offensive defenders for the Black Bears power play unit. And it is just an unlucky thing where, unfortunately, now you're probably moving Don Oliveri up to that top spot rather than in one of the bumper positions. It's also going to be interesting, Brooks. Players coming off the ice headed towards their own bench and players coming onto the ice headed into those players. It's going to be interesting to see how they rule those.
So 2 more players in the box for Watertown. Excuse me, 2 players in the box for Watertown, 1 for Binghamton, still a 5-on-4. Oliveri loads up a slap shot and a penalty coming up as Somero collides with the goaltender, and we're going to go to 4-on-4 hockey. Referee right on top of it. And Watertown quick to surround their goaltender. So just as soon as I get done writing one penalty, I have to write down another one.
It'll be interesting to see if we can see this on the Heinz Energy replay, if the keeper goes out into Somero or if Somero's in the crease and gets stacked up on top of him.
So 14:45, here it is.
And he jumps into him, Brooks. Just unfortunate. Somero trying to get out of the way of the puck.
It's a good angle right here. Okay, Josh, I want you to roll that angle right back if you can one more time for us. And I want everybody to pay attention. Look where Somero's positioned, outside the crease. Skaters are allowed positioning outside of the crease.
But, Brooks, I think they're going to call that every single time. They're trying to protect goalkeepers.
Yes, and, you know, last night we saw what happened when the Elmira player, when Tate Leeson collided with the Elmira goaltender. Everything went to chaos, and we had a good old-fashioned 5-on-5 brawl. So now Boylard jumps the rush, a wrister denied, a rebound knocked out of midair by Kirkby and knocked away. Oliveri's back on defense. Lord holds, and a skate blocked by Oliveri sends the puck into the crowd, and a fan on the front row caught it underneath the safety net, and I think he's just as happy as Oliveri was to block that shot.
And bigger news, Brooks, just came over the announcement. 10-minute misconduct for Leeson, 10-minute misconduct for Bond. So I think if you're Coach Brent Sherwood, that might not be a trade. Although Dakota Bond's one of your best defensemen, taking away Watertown's #1 scorer after their #3 or #4 scorer got kicked out of the game, I think that's a trade you take.
All right, we're taking a timeout. Come back right after this. Black Bears still lead 3-0.
The Black Bears are back in town on December 22nd and 23rd for a pair of holiday matchups against the Watertown Wolves. Come enjoy the best time of the year with the Black Bears and grab your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. That's good beer. Good things.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Joining the action right back out of that timeout. Here we are at 4-on-4 for the next minute 27. As a rising wrist shot over the net of McAnanama is steered aside. Then Watertown will have an abbreviated power play. So Binghamton falls to 2 for 6 on the man advantage tonight. Watertown trying to stick handle in a phone booth. Fanned on the shot was Botero. Anderson tries to clear. Held in at the line by Doyle. Now Botero chases after this loose puck. Gets sent into the wall by Oliveri. Didn't make that loud crunch that we've heard all night. And Anderson blocks a slap shot from Doyle. And Oliveri gets it calmly over to Jesse Anderson. And those two will play catch. Oh, Anderson turned it over, though. Lord tried to dangle on Boylar. And this puck comes out into the neutral zone. 42 seconds left to go at 4-on-4 time. Boylar sends a man into the wall, but this play is offsides at the blue line.
And that was huge, Brooks. That was a great, great opportunity for the Watertown Wolves.
3:50 left to go here.
And that's actually a real blessing in disguise for the Black Bears as well. They were really struggling, tired legs out there on the 4-on-4 unit, playing around too much with their food in their own defensive zone. Just needed to get the puck out of there and create some space. We're giving a lot of opportunities for the Watertown Wolves on turnovers.
Now Gabo throws it around the wall where McAnanama, again, hasn't seen much, but some of the chances have been great. Steers the puck into the corner. Turnaround shot, and McAnanama goes from laying down to standing up to blocker that one away. Lord below the goal line, still at 4-on-4. He's marked by JT Walters, and that rebound knocked away by Liam Anderson. Logar steering it on the backhand. Watertown applying some pressure 4-on-4 while they have the open ice. And now it's Gamsatoff peppering Liam Anderson, and it's Anderson getting the puck out of harm's way. So now Watertown is on the power play. They should be. And no, that was actually matching penalty, so excuse me.
Actually, the
Watertown
Black Bears are on the power play.
Black Bears are on the power play. I knew somebody was on the power play. So.
And by the way, Brooks, I went and checked the log after Dakota Seaman was given a match penalty for that cross check.
All right, now Logar dances around the red line up to Kirkby, a little bit too far in front of the captain. And we are finally back, I believe, to 5-on-5. Count them up in white. 1, 2, 3 on the top of your screen and 2 just off. Sergeyev tries a power move to the front, nullified by Boylar. We are back to 5-on-5, so Binghamton now 2 for 7 on the night. And teams jockey for a loose puck in the corner. Got a 4-man pile up with white jerseys and green jerseys. Watertown go for a line change while the puck is still getting pinned up against the wall. Crowd going a little restless. Referee says the puck is loose and to keep playing. And finally,
going out of the zone, Brooks. Really unfortunate for Watertown. Seemed like they were buzzing around the Black Bears net. Popped off for 4 or 5 shots in the span of a minute or so. And now get the puck is in front of their own bench.
So the Wolves still searching for their first goal of the game. Binghamton doubling them up in shots, 32-16. And we're back to 5-on-5. Feel like we haven't been there in a while. Bernard plays it off the wall for Smith. Chipped ahead by the Cowboy. Watertown picks it up in their own end. 1:45 left to go. Lord trying to make something happen. Gets it past Oliveri. Could lead to something, but a good position by Boilar. And he closes the wickets to make sure nobody could get a loose puck past him. Oliveri cross ice on sides. It's Kirkby, and now Thompson has it. 1 pass too many for the Black Bears, centering up. Nobody home. And unfortunately for Austin Thompson, his bad luck just continues. But you got to think that when he gets that next goal, it's going to come in bunches.
100%, Brooks, and Dan Weaver with an excellent hit. Got the Watertown Wolf off the puck and allowed the Black Bears to take it over.
Weaver tries to play it out on the backhand, knocked down by Pavlov, and behind the net, Gamzatov waiting for it. Gets around Kirkby, one-handed wrap check, hack and whack time, and the referee blows the whistle. Green light comes on, and now temper's really going to flare here with under a minute left to go in the second period.
And another conga line of violence, Brooks. Hey, look at all that. They're just hugging.
Lord and Thompson have to be separated. I think it was Smith and Basie as well. And Tyson Kirkby giving the bench the signal that they're going to be a man up.
Looks like Basie is losing his mind right now. Really giving it to the linesman.
Basie's right in the ear of Austin Thompson. Thompson's just trying to skate over to the bench. But a different player sent over to the penalty box.
Trevor Lord, Brooks.
Trevor Lord, thank you, Alex. So Tate Leeson and Trevor Lord sitting in the penalty box right now for Watertown. 56 seconds left to go here in the second period. Alex, why don't you walk everybody through what happened here?
Hack and slash time in front of the net, Brooks. And then you get I think that was Lord from behind who got a punch to Austin Thompson's head, and that's what they're going to call. They're going to call the guy who retaliates, not the guy who initiates. However, I don't even think Thompson initiated. He just seems to have had a bit of bad luck this year where guys think that he has been doing things that we haven't seen him do.
Oliveri dances around Botero. Plays it back up to the point for Kirkby, but Kirkby took his eye off of it and comes back to McAnanamaw. McAnanamaw held on to it and faked out the Watertown player, but 40 seconds left to go in the period.
Also faked out Austin Thompson.
And the Section 8, Nurche's lucky section, getting a little anxious that the Black Bears have not scored in the second period. They get free pizza if they can convert here in the next 26 seconds. This puck softly glided down the length of the ice by Sergev, and McAnanamaw coming out to play the puck once again. Plays it over to Oliveri. Final push beginning for the Black Bears, and Oliveri did not get everything on that pass. Cross ice over for Kirkby. He's on sides. 8 seconds left to go. Saucered up for Thompson, and then goes flying up in the air, jumping over the goalie's pad. 3 seconds left. One final pass. Kirkby fires at the horn, and Rosenzweig makes the save. And I believe that is Mathieu Boilar, clipped right at the horn, just trying to get out of the way as Rosenzweig was making the save.
And I think Rosenzweig is attempting to get a penalty here on Mathieu Boilar, and the officials having none of it, saying you aggressively came out of your crease. He has the right to that space. That one can't feel good for Boilar.
Now, so look at Boilar again. Outside. All right, heel. By the time I believe there's contact, I believe he's outside of the crease. And linesman immediately checking in on Mathieu Boilar. Looks like he is skated off on his own power. And that'll be the end of the second period. Black Bears lead by a score of 3-0, even though no goals were scored in that middle frame. We will take a timeout, come back with the second period Excite Motorsports intermission report right after this.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back to another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. The Chuck-a-Puck promotion making its way around the ice here tonight. And remember, if you get selected as a winner by getting your puck in the back of that brand new CF Moto, you will have the opportunity to come back to the final regular season game of the season and compete for the ATV. By my count right now, I see 4 in the back of the bucket, and sometimes that little slow governor that CF Moto is on just slows it down just enough. Every time it gets to like 5 miles an hour, bam, it hits the brakes. So luckily they make one more final pass here tonight, and our good friend Trevor doing some donuts on the ice with our good friend Bingo the Black Bear. But right now, let's go ahead and get to the Excite Motorsports intermission report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. Visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com. Shots on goal in the second period, much more even, Alex. 15 for the Black Bears and 12 for the Wolves. Better offensive frame than the first opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, and for the Watertown Wolves, yes. For the Black Bears, no. Black Bears didn't put one in the back of the net with extended power play time. Could not find the back of the net. You could see the effects of losing some star scorers, whether that be to promotion into the SBHL, suspension, or injury. That second group of the power play just didn't seem in sync as much as that first group.
All right, that's the voice of Alex Jones. Also, Binghamton 2 for 7 on the power play. And Watertown is 0 for 2. So Watertown coming off of a little undisciplined game that period. A couple people giving misconducts. We'll highlight those a little bit later on in the intermission report. And when we come back, we will take a timeout and talk about the out-of-town scoreboard. So don't go anywhere, folks. The Excite Motorsports intermission report coming up in just a little bit.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Are you looking for a new place to live? Lofts at JC is the official housing partner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the only luxury housing provider offering both 2 and 3 bedroom units, fully furnished for a modern living lifestyle. Lofts at JC is centrally located in the heart of the Tri-Cities area, located at 128 Grand Avenue in Johnson City. Housing applications are accepted online at loftsatjc.com. Once again, that's loftsatjc.com.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Jersey, bring us the Hitties! Yeah!
All right, I got the Hitties. Console's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on the left.
Magic 101.7.
Best radio station. Keeps getting better.
Better music selection.
Best ever. Makes me feel better.
Number 1 for music and fun.
It's like the best ever.
Magic 101.7. 100% local.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Welcome back in to the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy with free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. You can visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com. While we have a free second, I thought we would update you on what's going on the out-of-town scoreboard, as a couple of scores have gone final. One just recently hitting triple zeros up on the board. Let's start up in Michigan, where the Carolina Thunderbirds have defeated the Port Huron Prowlers on the road 3-1. One of the more surprising score lines of the night, I would have to say myself, excuse me. Elmira 4, Danbury 2. That's a regulation victory for the River Sharks, and they come that much closer to the Watertown Wolves for that final playoff spot in the Empire Division. We know where we stand here. Binghamton leads 3-0 over those Wolves. But down in the South, in Georgia, Columbus leads Blue Ridge 3-0. That game in the second intermission as well. And in the first intermission, started a little bit behind where we are tonight. Actually, that's only 1 hour back, so they're the same spot we are. Mississippi leads Baton Rouge 5-1 on home ice. So Seawolves over Zydeco 5-1. Blue Ridge trails Columbus 3-0. Elmira defeated Danbury 4-2, and Carolina defeats Port Huron 3-1. That's a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. When we come back, we'll have the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights right after this, right here on the Black Bears YouTube.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Get access to exclusive player events, monthly parties, and road trips to away Black Bears games. This is what you get when you become a member of the Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Stop by the Booster Club table behind Section 4 at the next Black Bears home game, pick up a 50/50 ticket, and sign up to join for just $10. Stay up to date on the Booster Club by liking their Facebook page, facebook.com/Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Monthly meetings with players, road trips, and a whole lot of fun when you join the Black Bears Booster Club.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Well, the ice is clean. That's one thing for sure. We got 4 minutes left to go here, and before we roll these highlights, Alex, what's the key here in the third period for both teams?
The Binghamton Black Bears have to keep the pressure up. They got to get a puck in the back of the net and really put the dagger in this one. I mean, Watertown's down a few good players here to start out the period, and if they can come out early and sink this power play goal, bury the knife in the back, and put this dying animal down, that's what they have to do. For Watertown, you just have to come out there and stop the bleeding. Kill this penalty. Try to get a goal up on the board to make it a 2-goal lead, and then you know what everybody says about 2-goal leads, the most dangerous lead in hockey, and that's the case. The Watertown just needs to stop the bleeding, because right now, down Dakota Seaman, down Tate Leeson, with some of your best players off the ice for you, it's going to be a difficult uphill slog. And Josh Lord in the penalty box serving the unsportsmanlike penalty.
Yep, so 104, Trevor Lord sitting down. So this period starts with the Black Bears power play that is 2 for 7 officially. Started off red hot in the first period, then cooled off a little bit as well. As let's go ahead and get to the highlights brought to you by our friends over at the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club. You can join the Booster Club behind Section 4 at any Black Bears home game. It's just $10. You can get exclusive access to players, parties, and exclusive meetings throughout the entire year. And I actually believe that the next Booster Club meeting is on January 3rd. As the linesmen make their way back out on the ice. The highlight's going to come up right at the 2-minute mark. Binghamton out shooting Watertown 33-18, though shots in the period were 15-12, still favoring the home team. Black Bears back in action next Friday and Saturday against the same Wolves. Friday night, the Black Bears will be wearing their white jerseys for the first time at home this season. A little bit of a white Christmas effect going on, so everybody make sure to wear white next Friday night. As we get the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights pulled up, they will take you into the third period of tonight's game. Just got word from the off-ice officials that it is indeed Josh Fletcher's goal, the middle goal of the first period. Mathieu Boilard credited with the primary assist, and Justin Somero the secondary helper. So 9 different players for the Black Bears tonight with a point, including goaltender Connor McAnanama, who got the secondary helper on the first goal of the night.
Hey, great job for Connor McAnanama. Not the first goaltender, I believe, to get a point this year, but it was a really important one. Really crowded penalty box right now for the Watertown Wolves. It's interesting that Schmidt's in there because he got his penalty at, I think he might be serving the last few seconds of the penalty. It's like 9:46 when he got the 10-minute misconduct.
So Watertown does get control after the faceoff. Is cleared back out into the neutral zone. And the penalty time has not started to run. And now it has officially. We'll see if they get that corrected during the next whistle. Stretch pass. In stride for Jesse Anderson, who reached behind. He's back to grab it. He throws on the brakes, waiting for some reinforcements down low. Thompson tries to shelf it off the back side of the net. Just that kind of luck for Austin Thompson as of lately, but you know he's coming through. Smith holds it, and he gets hitting to dive down and block it. On the shot attempt, I should say, is even though he didn't pull the trigger. Kirkby gets it over to Smith.
Ooh.
And a diving block by Rosenzweig. I don't know what that hit, but I think the goaltender left the ice to make that save.
Because Connor Smith was elevating that puck. Did a really good job as the Black Bears, we see on the Heinz Center replay, the cycle. Oliveri gets it back down to Kirkby, who loses it, dives, and Smith rips it off the shoulder and the mask. They're trying to reset the penalty clock. Yeah, it should be.
There was 104
left, so it should bring it down to 18:56, which means we're 15 seconds away.
Yep. All right, looks like we're good now. And now Tyson Kirkby asking the official to go over and check the penalty time. A little bit of gamesmanship gives that first unit a couple more seconds of breath.
100%. Also gives the penalty killers a little more breath as well. But it also lets them communicate and figure out what kind of face-off, what set play they're going to do after this and figure it out from there. Probably also asking, because the video board, the penalty time looks abnormal from what it normally is. It's just 15 instead of being the 0.15.
Kirkby wins it back, and I can confirm it is a regular second timer as 3 seconds come off, meaning 12 is left in the penalty. So now Rosenzweig knocks it down.
On the draw, Kirkby gets it, plays it into the stick of Tomer, and Kirkby with a huge shot and almost gets a goal.
Yeah, and Thompson almost knocked in the rebound right away, down near the goal line. Thompson tries a centering pass. It's gloved down by Kirkby. Penalty time is up. Watertown comes back the other way, and they have numbers. Front of the bench, though, Oliveri takes down Trevor Lord. Thornton tries a centering pass that hops over the head of McAnanama and into the corner. Binghamton in a skate race to poke this puck out of the neutral zone, and this is offsides as it barely gets past the blue paint in the neutral zone.
And a great job by Connor Smith continuing that play and just getting the poke checked as Schmidt comes out of the penalty box. Quite a bit of time left for Leeson and for Bond. Luckily, they had Don Oliveri up at the top line forward. Looks like there's a bit of shuffling going on there, moving Connor Smith into that top line unit.
So now Liam Anderson dancing around the blue line. He carries it across all 3 zones, and now Logar holds on and fires a deceptive wrist shot that Rosenzweig had to be ready for.
Yeah, an awkward one as well. Really handcuffed him on that catch because it was tight to the post. Had to kind of scoop the arm up. Not a bad shot at all from Logar.
Fletcher wins this face-off cleanly back over to Liam Anderson, but his shot will be blocked off the stick of Gamzatov. Binghamton will have to touch up and carry the puck into their own end temporarily. Open ice now for Andrew Logar. Probably going to see this third line take a couple more shifts this period. A nice stick handle by Logar, but maybe one move too many as the puck escapes the net, but knocked down right at the red line by J.T. Walters. Binghamton, every time Watertown tries that stretch pass, seem to have had the answer so far. And if not, Watertown forces themselves off sides at the line. 2:05 gone here. Back up to the point. Gabeau looking for a tip. He got it, but McAnanama was ready down in the butterfly to make the save. Errant pass by Blacksmith, and now Liam Anderson has been out there a while. Can take it across the line himself, let his teammates change. Kirkby was calling for it. Now Logar still out there as well. Tries a little bit of give-and-go action with the captain. Doesn't like what he sees. Keeps it on the backhand. Throws it on target. Denied by Rosenzweig. Puck still available. Down outside the trapezoid. Kirkby stopping and starting. Tries to get to the forehand. Runs into Gabeau, and Kirkby showing off some good stick handling right here. Thompson low angle. Far side. Misses everything and comes down the length of the ice where McAnanama sets it up on a tee for his defenseman. No, check that. They up the puck all the way up to Thompson. Kirkby's in front of him. Holding is Thompson, and I believe that went off the blocker of Rosenzweig.
That could have been dangerous for Basie. He slipped right before he let the shot go there. Almost caught him in the teeth.
So now Henning plays it off the kick plate, tries to get it back to himself, but instead Dan Weber reverses it around calmly. Centering pass, nobody home. This stays in. No. Check that. This is offsides at 16:40.
And you know what, Brooks, a really unfortunate one. Basie just not able to hold that blue line. Looked like that the Watertown Wolves were going to get a bit of a run there, and not the case. Looks like Schmidt is coming off the ice. Basie is staying on.
So that 10-minute game misconduct that we saw from Basie, from Schmidt, just because there was under 10 minutes, that's why he was sent to the locker room, now back on the bench, and we just saw on the ice as well. Oh, Basie snaps it over to Henning, and Henning trying to play it around the wall. And it's tied up, and boy, Lars skates down low, and 2 players swarm for the Black Bears. It was Anderson and Weber. Little baseball bat from Trevor Lord comes up empty-handed, and Binghamton skates it out of harm's way. Now Connor Smith comes across the blue line, brushes down Henning. A little give and go with Thomas Ray. Flying around, throws a blocker shot out there as Rosenzweig still standing tall here in the third period. Binghamton has not scored since the first period at the 15:05 mark. Nobody scored in the second, and all three of Binghamton's goals come in the opening frame. Ray can't get back on sides, and this leads to a whistle with 15:50 left to go here in the third period.
And you have to think that Coach Brant Sherwood would be happy with the matchup they got in the previous offensive possession. Thomas Ray versus Alex Basie. Ray, one of the faster guys on the ice. Basie, a bigger heavyweight, but not known for his foot speed. Would have been a very interesting matchup if Ray had been able to keep holding it and really forced him to chase it.
15:50 left to go here, third period action. Black Bears trying to extend their home point streak to 17 games and their home winning streak to 7. Sergeyev fires a shot off the leg of Walters, finds its way into the corner. And the teams will do battle right there. 10th forward Ryan Turse out on the ice with his third line. Josh Fletcher passes it to himself around Pavlov and fires a seeing eye wrister just over top of the glove of Rosenzweig. And that would have been Josh Fletcher's first multi-goal night as a Black Bear. Somero gets past Blacksmith. His first pass was blocked, and Kirkby tips ahead the second attempt around Sergeyev. Centering pass over for Turse. Gets given a rough ride into the wall, and now down to the ice. So Watertown now with plenty of time as Binghamton completes a line change. 5 minutes gone here. Still remain tied, not tied, where we stood after the first period, 3-0 Binghamton. As the Black Bears try to keep the pressure on in the forward check. Botero crosses over the line. Has a wrister that's paddled away into the corner by McAnanima, rides the top of the boards, almost up to the blue line, and then hits a dead spot in the wall, bounces immediately back with no curve. Held in by Watertown temporarily. Trevor Lord takes it away from Oliveri. And Liam Anderson tries to nullify Lord, 16 on 16. Slap shot not close to the target, but stays in play. Thompson can't block that shot from Thornton. And now Watertown with some offensive zone time. Henning crashing in from the blue line. Wrap chance denied, and Tyson Kirkby will play it up to Oliveri at the red line. Oliveri slaps at it. He goes 1-on-2 against Henning and Gabo, and Henning gets the better of that battle. Stretch pass, too hot to handle for Pavlov. And Jesse Anderson covering for Oliveri as the high forechecker was back defensively. And looks like Binghamton going to be content to roll a line change right there. 6 minutes and change gone here in the third period.
Jesse Anderson back in the position he started in earlier this season in defense for that play.
Yep, for that play. Now we can tell that Weber and Walters are out there. This puck gets pinned up against the wall again. We know what happened last time this occurred, but it looks like the players are going to get this one moving and out of the little scrum. Weber tries to connect on the stretch pass from Sergeyev, and he's already calling for a change on the bench if he can get close enough. So Ray in the middle of the ice. That allows Weber to step away as Sergeyev went for a line change. Smith's shot off the bottom of the glove of Rosenzweig. Rebound followed up by Ray. They start a two-man cycle, and now Dan Stone pokes it down low towards the Cowboy. Anderson, rising wrist shot, misses everything. Ray tries to whack at it with a high stick, and I believe they say that he did, and this faceoff might be coming out of the Watertown zone. Horn sounds, so it looks like we are going to head to a media timeout. 12:48 left to go, 3-0 Black Bears. Back with you after this. Getting a look at some Heinz Energy replays as we come back from commercial. 3-0 is where we stand, favoring the hometown Black Bears. Trying to defend home ice once again for the 7th straight time this season. This time they lost at home was on November 10th against the Carolina Thunderbirds. Oliveri giving a shove behind the play from Doyle. Excuse me, that was Bond, not Oliveri. Same body size. Green numbers a little bit hard, green jerseys I should say, a little bit hard to read here tonight. And as Kirkby tries to play it up to the line, Stone waits for a slap shot and that's blocked partially. But Thompson gets down low, is spun around by Lord. And Thompson from his rear end makes a pass across the ice, but will be intercepted as it hops over the stick of Kirkby. And Tate Leeson comes out wide, tries to skate through the middle of the ice, but no quarter given by the Black Bears defensively. Offsides as Boyle's dump in hits Lord's stick right out of his hands. And 12:09 left to go.
And for Watertown, actually, that's not an unfortunate outcome for them. They were about to dump the puck and allow Binghamton to start a breakout play. They now get fresh bodies on the ice, and they start probably closer to the Binghamton Black Bears net than they would have if the dump had continued.
That was a look at our good friend Josh from the video team. Looks like he had the night off, enjoying it with his family and daughter. So big congrats for Josh, one of the hardest working guys here in the Black Bears organization. Has a great team directing as always, and we appreciate everything that they do each and every night, not only on the home games, but getting us set up on the road as well. Binghamton takes away a loose puck, and they try to clear it out of the zone. Second try they will, as Liam Anderson and Somero will go 2-on-2. Anderson's wrister wide on the blocker side. Follows up the rebound, though. Andrew Logar dancing in the middle. Still going. Back door. And Liam Anderson gets his first as a Black Bear. A beautiful play by Andrew Logar to set up Liam Anderson's first goal in his pro career. The kid from SUNY Cortland on a fitting day, the day after SUNY Cortland wins the Division III football championship.
And Brooks, another important fact, other than Liam Anderson's first goal as a Black Bear, it's also a Burger King burger goal.
Probably equally as important.
Equally as important, 100%.
So that's the first
so
goal.
We see here on the Heinz
period.
Energy replay, Logar dances around the defender, finally Liam Anderson. Anderson getting in front of the net to clear the crease, or to screen the goaltender, realizes there's a wide open space to the right of the goaltender, occupies that space, puts the puck in the back of the net.
So in case anybody didn't know, that celebration by Liam Anderson was taking the monkey and getting it off your back. So Liam Anderson gets his first of the season, and the Black Bears looking for more. Smith comes out wide, holds, and a penalty coming up as Basie runs into Connor Smith. And quickly the linesmen get in between the two sides. You can tell Basie trying to stir the pot a little bit. Does get tagged with a slashing call right there.
And that sends the Black Bears immediately back to the Henny Hard Seltzer power play. Let's stick a knife in this one, Brooks. If the Black Bears can get a goal here, it feels like it's done.
So 8:56 time of the penalty. Alex Basie, 2 minutes for slashing.
I mean, pretty obvious one, Brooks.
Good to hear Cole's voice, even though he's back home on Christmas break right there, doing the pre-record for Henny Hard Seltzer. Be bold and choose flavor. Choose Henny Hard Seltzer. Black Bears out on the power play for the first time in the third period. Oliveri holds it off the bottom of the glove. Kirby taken down in front of the net, and we have a whistle from the officials, both behind the play and the one in the attacking zone.
It's going to be interesting to see what's called here, Brooks.
Rosenzweig seems to be shaken up a little bit.
It's going outside of the zone. What's the call here?
I think they probably just called incidental contact, or maybe the net came off? Oh,
no.
Nope.
Just blew it dead.
So tunes of Blink-182 ring through the arena as the Black Bears try to convert on another power play. This isn't a deliberate offsides against Watertown, as this has come all the way back on the offensive side with 1:38 left to go and the 8-man advantage of the night.
And honestly, this game you can say letting up 4 goals is difficult for any goaltender, but Roseweg has stayed on his hat. He has really played his butt off for this Watertown Wolves team.
Binghamton has control off the face-off, and they get set up. They try to go right through the seam to Oliveri. A little bit too many sticks to get through that time on a clean pass. Tipped by Thompson off the top of the glass, but does stay in play. This is the first power play unit with Bond, Oliveri, Smith, Thompson, and Kirkby. And thrown right back into the Watertown zone. Wolves play keep away for just a second, as it takes a funny carom off of a piece of glass. And all the way across the ice in front of the penalty box, Connor Smith was waiting for it. Holds, and a toe drag shot. Rosenzweig made the save, bobbled it a little bit, but melts it down with under 10 minutes left to go. And as always, Tate Leeson grabs a hold. Well, somebody trying to mix it up just a little bit.
That was Tyson Kirkby. Brooks came from behind, gave him a little bit of a wrench. Kirkby reacted. I think Leeson was trying to get it out of the offensive zone.
All right, we will take a timeout with the players. Back right after this. 54 seconds left to go on the Henny Hard Seltzer power play.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Just got a very special gift up here in the Jeff Kai's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Good friend Bobby Gross must be done upstairs because he just delivered a 2-liter of Pepsi right up to us, and I really don't know why.
A Carolina favorite, if I'm not mistaken. Bro.
It is born and raised in New Bern, North Carolina, Pepsi, in the 1800s. Actually, it might be 19. I'll have to check on that. Boilar fires, looking for his first of the season. Instead, Jesse Anderson holds it in just inside the blue line, back up to Weber. So the second power play unit getting some time here. Anderson shot, blocked off a skate, and Boilar tries to get tied up down low, held in beautifully by Weber. Saucer pass over to Anderson, holds for a wrister off of a stick of Henning. And one thing that I'm noticing, Alex, is 2 defensemen out there late game up by 4 on the power play.
I think that unit had been using Boilar and Weber most of the night, honestly, Brooks. I know during the second period they'd used both of them, and I think it is because Boilar is an offensively minded defender. He can jump in on the rush. He can kind of play that outside position where you get those shots into that. And so having a guy like Weber who can handle the puck pretty well, who's also good in the 2-on-1 situations in case you give up a bad pass and you get a odd man rush towards the opposite side, having a guy who's long and who can get in the lanes. But as I say that, Stone and Bond are out there on this first power play unit.
So Bond holds, opens up the goaltender, trying to find the centering pass to Thompson with a vacated net, but instead makes its way back to the blue line. Kirkby just outside the trapezoid in the performance corner. Lets Austin Thompson come in and take the puck away. Bond's wrister blocked, and Watertown has an opportunity. Stretch pass too far ahead of Tate Leeson. And McAnanama has to be ready for a shorthanded opportunity here, but Dan Stone reverses it around calmly over to Austin Thompson.
Delayed penalty on the Watertown Wolves, Brooks.
So a penalty coming up, and then Basie with a one-handed wrap check. And Kirkby coming in to explain that he did not like that. And it looks like Tate Leeson headed right back to the sin bin.
Looked like it was behind the play with whatever happened with Bond.
So time of the penalty is 11:29. Excuse me, that is 11:27 for all of my stat keepers at home. Binghamton power play did not score last time out, so they are 2 for 8. Willard chops at a loose puck around the wall, but this is going to be cleared. Oliveri at the red line. Faked the dump in and just skates right on in into the offensive side. Thompson backhands one over to Smith. He gets set up right in front of the net, looking for a tip. Oliveri misfires. Loose puck battle against the glass. Smith peppered from both sides. And Watertown will clear. 30 seconds gone in the Henny Hard Seltzer power play. So Bond cuts up ice. And you can hear the players right now telling each other where to be. There's Bond. Leaves it back over for Oliveri. No net front presence right now, but Smith comes in with a high rising wrist shot and hops over the stick of Oliveri. Doesn't know that Blacksmith is coming. McAnanimal way out of his net to play the puck and calmly glides it across the ice for Dakota Bond. Always got to be careful as a netminder coming out of the net. Now Logar with a beautiful assist on the last goal by Liam Anderson. Tries a backhand shelf, and Rosenzweig gets a shoulder to it, and it falls down into his glove with 7:13 left to go.
And there was a little bit there. I saw what Logar was going for. He had a nice backhand. There was a little bit of a hole there above the shoulder where the blocker wasn't able to go. He snuck that in there. That would have been one heck of a goal for his highlight reel.
Fletcher wins the face-off back. And now Jesse Anderson with control of the puck, looking for a tip from Logar. He got one, but misfired. Now 5-man pile up. Logar picks it out. Power move to the front of the net. Loose puck still available. Referee still sees it. Rosenzweig's out of position. Boilar fires off the glass. Weber holds it in. Plays it to an open spot. Boilar keeps control. Takes a push from Basie. Got to watch that matchup the rest of the night between those two. Boilar taking some pokes in the back, let's say. Shot and a save made by Rosenzweig, and now shorthanded. No, out of the box. Here comes Tate Leeson. Dan Weber with a wrap check. McAnanimal made the save with his toe, and the puck is thrown around. Penalty is coming up, and Josh Fletcher and Tate Leeson are finally going to have a tussle.
And we got guys coming off the bench, Brooks. There's going to be a third guy in here. I forget. I don't know what number that was. 20.
Lord, out of nowhere. Turns into a line brawl. And Josh Fletcher pumping up the crowd here.
The Chinook Flyer laid some hands on Tate Leeson and busted him open, it looks like. Yeah, Tate Leeson is worse for wear here. Fletcher really gave him the business. Leeson taking some liberties. You can see the blood leaking over the eye. An absolute gusher that the Chinook Flyer gave him a beating on. He caned him. Leeson taking some advantages behind the plate, took a cheap shot on Fletcher, and Fletcher was none too pleased about it. As we see Basie and Bond talking on the bench, right by the bench, Schmidt giving the glove shake like, oh, let's go. Hey, somebody step up, come on. I'm gonna guess we're going to a power play here because it looked like a call was called before it even went.
So then Tomasi
comes in, third man in a fight.
And hitting, and Trevor Lord is just throwing haymakers on Dan Weber as well. They get tied up right in front of Connor McAnanimal.
Did Weber drop his gloves?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what.
No hiding around that one.
Nope. I would tell you what, though. The one that's going to come out of this is Fletcher
Fletcher's still barking.
Messed up Tate Leeson. Gave him an absolute welting to the face. Busted him open, and Leeson's been asking for it all night. Taking cheap shots and liberties behind the play. Really giving it to guys. Gave a cheap shot to Fletcher behind the play, and then Fletcher said, you know what? All right, you want to dance? Let's dance. And he showed Tate Leeson what happens when you mess with the Black Bears for too long. Surprised Lord isn't in there, Brooks.
That might be because he's headed to the locker room.
Yep, he is headed to the locker room. I'm also surprised Tomasi's in there. I mean,
so I will say, one of the critiques of the Black Bears this year have been that they can lose their discipline. But tonight, it's the exact opposite. They're the team that stayed disciplined.
100%, Brooks. They have done a great job keeping their heads. And when the moment was right, when they, I'm guessing, I mean, I might be wrong here. It looked like there was a penalty called behind the play on Tate Leeson. Cross-check, something like that, because Fletcher was on the ice and he was standing over top of him. Fletcher took exception to that, popped back up, and then took his pound of flesh, as it were, from Tate Leeson. Gonna have some extra work from, so we see here on the Hines injury, yep, he suckered him, Brooks, absolutely suckered him with a punch. That's a penalty behind the play, and then gets up and just absolutely pounds the face into hamburger meat of Tate Leeson. A great job by Fletcher, both drawing the penalty and getting up and finishing what Leeson
I don't know
started.
why Dan Weber got jumped.
I don't
I'm
either,
still trying
Brooks.
to figure that one out.
I mean,
now the
Lord was
referee
looking
in
for a
front of the
dance
two
partner.
benches blowing his whistle aggressively. Can we see if we can get that opposite angle side? See that bench
Probably
cam.
not a best idea, Brooks. Let's see if we can get a replay of the fight, of what the initial hit was, of what led to this. Because it looked like Leeson suckered him from behind. I don't know if we have a zoomed-in view of that for the guys in the video room who do such a great job. It looks like also, so great job by Leeson getting out in front, gets the shot. Weber with a great stuff. Leeson can't get it finished. Skates in, Fletcher goes to catch him, suckered in the face, and then Fletcher gets up and finishes it.
All right, so let's watch Weber. All right, nothing. He's pushed back by the linesman. And then Trevor Lord just drops his glove, grabs him
that probably
by the V-neck.
Honestly, Brooks, that probably means we won't see Trevor Lord for next week's games either. The league has really been cracking down when a guy is not actively participating in a fight. When you go after him physically, that guy normally is seen 2 to 3 games in suspension. It would be shocking if the league didn't act, because everything we've seen from the league discipline office this year is they're really trying to crack down on those altercations. As we see Josh Lord, or Trevor Lord, with a 5-minute major, and I wouldn't be shocked if, I don't know why, this is confusing, Brooks. Weber's being shown the bench as well. For what reason, I'm not sure. Weber got jumped by Lord, absolutely jumped by Lord, and then just was reacting to someone on top of him, grabbing at his head and punching him. A great celebration by Fletcher, by the way. Weber literally, as he gets up, just goes, what? Why would you do that? Like, I wasn't doing anything. And Lord kind of gives him like, hey, you know what? You got to do what you got to do.
So
I'm absolutely shocked, though. There's no penalty on Tate Leeson here, Brooks. Tate Leeson was behind the play.
And now Josh Fletcher given the early exit as well. I thought that'd be a 5-minute major for fighting, and with 6:20, could have remained in the penalty box.
Perhaps they're giving an unsportsmanlike for what they were yelling in the box, but this one doesn't make sense to me. The initial call was on Tate Leeson. Looks like they've completely negated that penalty and just shifted it to Trevor Lord.
So face-off won by the Wolves, and this is a 5-on-4 traditional power play for the next 5 minutes of this game.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, I think Fletcher has really, really made his chance for the top star of the game.
So third man in for Tomasi. Thompson down low. Between the legs, Stone tried to get it to the front of the net, instead cleared by Watertown. So Lord gets a 5 for fighting and game misconduct. Head contact for Leeson is the penalty. So Thompson outside the dots, his shot's blocked. Oliveri gloves it down. Looking for a tip from Stone, he got it. And loose puck still bouncing around, so they give Josh Fletcher 2 minutes for aggressor. How about that?
Yeah, apparently Brooks being sucker punched in the back, in the face while guys behind you makes you the aggressor. That's a pretty interesting one for me.
So Binghamton trying to finish this one out with as many people on the bench as they can for Watertown.
Also, Weber got a 2-minute roughing, which is interesting.
Anderson shot denied, rebound. Not absorbed by Rosenzweig. And Schmidt across the red line. Haven't seen too much of Schmidt on the ice tonight.
Well, I mean, you're down to the very last. It makes sense.
So McAnanamaw plays the puck over to JT Walters. And saucered up to Jesse Anderson. Got some space, plays it over for Smith. Holds, denied, rebound. Tried to bat it out of midair, centering. Back up to Liam Anderson. Now Walters fakes the slap shot.
That should also be a penalty, Brooks. Doyle was handling 2 sticks while in play. I believe you are not allowed to handle your own stick and someone else's stick. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong on this one. Another update as well, Brooks. I just heard from the off-ice official. Both coaches have been ejected from the game. Neither team has an assistant coach behind the bench right now. There are currently no coaches behind either bench, just equipment people.
Well, how about that? I'm going to try to make sense of that. We're going to take a timeout, be back in this short little break.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome back in, third period action. Black Bears back on the power play again. They're 2 for 8 tonight. 2:54 left to go in the 5-minute major to Trevor Lord. Somro knocks it down. And Logar comes in with a wrister. That's cleaned up by Rosenzweig and company. And cleared back down to McAnanamaw.
And Brooks, it looks like JT Walters and Tyson Kirkby are both assistant coaches with this team. And it looks like Schmidt is going to be the one playing assistant coach right now from the bench for the Watertown Wolves. He was the one barking orders during the timeout. So
Logar pulls it on the right side. And this is cleared on the second opportunity. Henning coming across the blue line, 2-on-2. With 2:16 left to go, read beautifully by Liam Anderson, who has his first goal of his pro career. So now he pulls some precious seconds off the clock. And now Andrew Logar cuts through the middle of the ice, lost the handle on the toe drag, and Watertown just throws it right back out.
Really got to run through the power play lines here, Brooks, with both Bond and Weber gone. Two guys who play a lot of minutes for the Black Bears power play.
So a 2-on-1, Gamzatov tries to feed it across for Watertown. Instead takes a spill down to the ice. They up the puck for Austin Thompson. Brushes off a hit. Boilar holds and tries to put one on the far post, just barely missing the net. Oliveri seals the wall, gets it on the forehand to the captain. They play catch. And now Tyson Kirkby does some of his best work behind the net. And is stripped of the puck this time, and it's 1:15 left to go in this 9th edition of the Henny Hard Seltzer Power Play. Well, if you left early, you missed a pretty big tumble between the two sides at the 6:20 game time mark. Don't know what's going to happen the rest of the way here. Oliveri dancing around Blacksmith, tries to play it over to Austin Thompson. And back up at the blue line, Bond's waiting for it, fires a wrister. Thompson got a piece of it, but Rosenzweig stays on top and melts it down with 2:06 left to go.
And 46 seconds left on the major penalty that ended up with Trevor Lord getting the boot from the game. It's going to be interesting to see, Brooks, as this goes forward, how this game ends. There's a couple different directions it goes. It could go away, which I don't think the Black Bears are going to want a part of, where it gets Basie and Schmidt get their pound of flesh back for the Watertown Wolves. I think more likely it's going to be a more subdued version than we've seen so far.
So Stone receives a pass from Ray. He toes the line. Smith, the one-timer, and drifting left to right was Rosenzweig on that blocker side. Smith now outside the dots again, looking for a tip. On the way through, Ray was cutting. 20 seconds left to go in the power play opportunity, and JT Walters getting some time. Normally don't see Walters on the power play, but
probably taking Weaver's spot, bro.
Yep. Arister fought off by Rosenzweig. And penalty time just about up. Here, 5 seconds left to go. Ray stays on the forecheck. Spins around Henning with a tight turn and tries to bank it off the goalie's mask. Puck still available, and Watertown is out of the box. Unsuccessful power play trip for the Black Bears. 2 for 9 on the night now. Morgan tries to drift it into the far post, but through the blue paint, nobody's home. Referee says no icing into play on with 1 minute left to go in the third period. We have a whistle from behind the play.
Equipment timeout.
Yep. Always got to make sure the goalie's equipment is correct. Binghamton, Alex, up to 61 shots on goal tonight.
Almost outpacing Watertown, for continuing that ratio we saw through the first 2 periods at a 3-to-1 clip. But that's what Binghamton does. They are very offensively aggressive. They put a lot of high output shot team, put pucks on net. Good things are going to happen. And as we get a view of the bench, looking a little light right now, Brooks. For both teams, a lot of empty space.
Final minute here in this one. Liam Anderson knocks a puck out of midair. And now Terse, fans on a shot, looking for his first point as a Black Bear. Instead, his second opportunity is steered aside by an errant tip from Somero.
What?
We got a penalty coming up against Binghamton. And Somero, I believe, is the guilty party. And they're not even going to let Somero serve the penalty. They're just going to send him right to the gate. And Oliveri will serve for Somero.
A nice 37-second rest for Oliveri.
So Watertown does get a power play. They are 0 for 2 on the night. They've been the team coming away without the discipline.
Looks like a slashing call, Brooks.
So Watertown's final push to get one on the board. Here they come. Knocked away by Tyson Kirkby, and don't think Binghamton's really going to try to go short-handed right here. They're just going to try to gap up defensively for McAnanama. Boylar steals the loose puck, picks his head up, and across the red line, just softly glides it in and skates away. So Binghamton elects to punt. And that is going to be the first shutout of the season for the Binghamton Black Bears. Connor McAnanama, the recipient, made 24 saves on 24 shots.
And I believe that's the first shutout since last season when
Riley McVeigh had both of them.
Riley McVeigh had both of them, correct. I think the last one was November, if I remember correctly.
I think the first one was December. It might have been
December?
January.
Okay.
It might have been January. I believe they were also against the Watertown Wolves as well.
So Connor McNanama also becomes the second player this season to get a shutout, taking away from, was it Cavallari?
Yes, but Blue Ridge also had a shutout last night.
Okay, so the third one, actually.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Final score, Binghamton 4, Watertown nothing. La Quinta Inn & Suites postgame show coming up right after this.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah!
All right, I got the Hennies. Out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah.
I have one on the back.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back into the La Quinta Inn & Suites postgame show. Let's go ahead and do the Rocco Testani 3 stars of the game. You just saw Justin Somero with a pair of assists tonight. Tyson Kirkby, the captain, the second star of the game, with the game-winning goal. Turned out to be the first and only goal he needed, and Kirkby just launches that onto the concourse. And with a 24-save shutout and an assist, number 72, Connor McNanama, the first star of the night. So from 3-1, Somero with 2 assists, Kirkby the second with a game-winning goal, and Connor McNanama with a 24-save shutout and an assist on that same goal.
Tell you what, I think Fletcher also could have been in there, Brooks. I know he only had the singular goal, but at the same time provided a huge spark, stood up for himself against the player who'd been agitating the entire time. If we could give a 4-star, which we can't, he would be mine for it.
Almost had the Gordie Howe hat trick, just
Almost
needed an
did.
assist. Those are pretty easy to grab. You get 2 of them.
Yeah.
So those are the Rocco J. Testani 3 stars of the night. Time for the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights. And Alex, a dominant first period lifts the Black Bears to victory over the Watertown Wolves.
Yeah, Brooks, it was the ice was clearly tilted in towards the Watertown end. Black Bears just kept constant pressure, doing a really good job of taking opportunities when Watertown took a couple of dumb penalties early on, forced them into an uncomfortable position, and put the pressure on, held their foot down on the throat of the Wolves, and finished that period off strong.
Tyson Kirkby, the first goal of the night. It was the game-winning goal. Josh Fletcher adds the insurance in case something happened. Power play goal from Don Oliveri at the 15:05 mark of the first period, and then nobody scored in the second. And in the third period, Andrew Logar put on his best display of stick handling since becoming a Black Bear and sets up Liam Anderson for an easy backdoor shot.
And that was a great job from the beginning of that. He stole the puck in the corner, handled it well, and created space for Anderson to clear out the opposite side, forced defenders to collapse in on him, got the puck onto Anderson's stick, and Anderson did the rest for his first professional goal of the game, or for his career.
Well, that just about does it. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard one final time before we head off the air. Friendly reminder, 2 home games next week, 7 o'clock both nights, December 22nd and 23rd. The Black Bears will be wearing their white traditional road jerseys for a white Christmas, of course, here on Friday night. So if you haven't seen the white jerseys, please tune into the Black Bears YouTube broadcast on the road. They look really good.
They do. They look very crisp, very clean. A little reminiscent of the Florida Panthers remastered jerseys that they just put out. A really nice jersey that I think is one of our best out of our kit.
So And they're easy to read from the press box, too. That's also very important for me. I don't know about anybody else. But I think a lot of people, once they see the white jerseys in person, those things are going to start flying off the shelves. So make sure to go ahead, grab a white jersey next week, and then Saturday, wear your ugliest Christmas sweater to celebrate December 23rd, Christmas Eve. So it's a great opportunity there. And now I will read the out-of-town scoreboard. Apologize for the colored bars right there. And when refresh happens. Okay, here we go. So Carolina wins 3-1 in regulation time over Port Huron in Michigan. Elmira beats Danbury 4-2, also in regulation time. Mississippi up 7-3 against Baton Rouge, and Columbus up 3-0 on Blue Ridge. So that's a look at our out-of-town scoreboard for super producer Peter, Josh, and his entire video team. Our friend EJ on social media, my partner Alex Jones, and everybody else with the Binghamton Black Bears. I'm Brooks Hill signing off. We will talk to you again on Friday night, December 22nd, for a White Christmas event here at the arena. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.